Illuminatis.
Well,
From the Illuminati.
I'm gonna be
Illuminati.
So
We'll do the
location.
there is. Okay.
You want to do the secret attention.
There's a place called Giancarlo's or something like that.
There's Gino's East,
Gino's East. That's what it was.
which is also really good. I would
John
say-
Carlos. Gino's East? Oh, yeah, that's what it's called.
There's another one that's also similar. So Gino's East is my second favorite. Giordano's.
Yeah, no, that is what it is.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking of.
That makes more sense.
Is good, but I would personally
chain,
say
though.
third.
Yeah.
It's I mean, Lou Malnati's and Gino's East have multiple locations as well, but they're all Chicago-based.
Right.
Started in Chicago. Giordano's was also started in Chicago, but they're starting to go like out Ohio, like you know what I mean. It's like no, you're too. It's good. Giordano's is good, and if that's all you can get, it's very good. The crust isn't as good. The crust tastes like saltiness.
Everything I've looked at everything that's within a mile of me,
Ew.
and it's pretty much not a lot. But there's that place. There's a Harry Caray's
Well, you are
in my
very
hotel.
gracious to bring
ground level.
the technology as well as
and
snacks.
then there's like
I
some
feel bad I did not
pub
bring
down the
it.
street, so I might go to the pub. I don't know. And then there's a casino, which
Nice.
probably has
Yep.
really good, cheap buffets. So. And they give you drinks as long as you sit and meditate.
Especially those in Vegas, like those 24-hour buffets, like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
just buy a 24-hour pass and just eat and graze all day.
Probably stay over there after work, so that's
So yeah, Lou Malnati's will deliver.
Oh, nice. Maybe I'll just call them and have them drop off.
Just make sure you get here, this is what I would recommend, and I can write this down for you. Text it to you.
Put it in an email or something.
But you want the Chicago Classic, which is their butter crust deep dish with it's a thin layer of sausage and it just covers the whole pizza. It's like a frisbee of sausage. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
So you get sausage with every bite.
Yeah. Cool.
And then tomato, the sauce and the cheese, and then I always put.
So Reese said he'll be on in another 10 minutes, and
I
that was
always
10
put
minutes
like
ago.
green peppers
So
and mushrooms.
Perfect timing.
I'm
stuff.
assuming.
You can add whatever you want.
Are we on?
Yes.
It's not
just got it.
And like 2 slices will fill you up. But
Casey,
it's-
Marisa just messaged me and
So
said
good.
that she couldn't give me a professional contact, but she said she can do personal. I'm just going to switch it over to a personal one for her because I technically already have 2 supervisor ones.
Is
Yeah.
the equalizer bounce?
Yeah.
Cool.
Hello. Looks like it.
Okay. Good. Yes. Sound working.
We got our chords this week.
Yes.
We're not going to run out of power.
What was this week?
No power drainage. So for those of you following along at home, I am making a change to last week's game. The characters are not dead. We're doing that whole combat over. No, I'm just kidding.
It was
No.
so well executed.
It was really well executed. But the chain mail, or the scale mail that that the white was wearing, I realized that scale mail is not what I thought it was, and it's actually plate mail that she was wearing. Plate mail. So that is what Lunera has, because we put her +1 scale mail on and her AC went down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were like, what? That doesn't make
Because
sense.
she had splint, which is just below plate. Right?
Right.
Yep. So she has an AC of 20 now.
Holy cow!
Yep.
So hopefully it'll be
Basically,
And taking 3 less damage every time.
Then you gotta pass without a trace as often as possible because she's gonna be really noisy.
it's true. Well, I think it's the same disadvantage that splint mail gives. So
Okay, good.
she's going to be just as noisy.
AC 20.
I'll try.
I don't think we have been rolling your stealth as a disadvantage, though.
I have.
probably
I'm
start
proficient
working
in it
Never
apparently.
mind.
Yeah, so that just gives you a
You
small
don't stealth
bonus.
anymore. Nobody else stealths because every time you try.
I know, I got it. I can cast fly on her and we'll just float her above
There
us
you
all
go.
as we stealth.
That's true. That
She won't
would.
make any noise. Reese is
Tensor floating
like,
disc or whatever.
Reese is like, oh, I got
Village walk.
I'm now proficient in stealth. I got a +3 to stealth now. It's like now
She
now
kinda
I'm like
turns
a
like-
+5 total.
Click, click, no,
Yeah.
don't move.
I think, no, I'm +20.
I just
So.
start floating.
Wake up!
Stealth is the weakest link. It's gotta be.
But I think that's the only change from last week that we're doing. It was just that I got the wrong thing wrong. But yeah, the only thing that Casey The only thing that Casey could do to increase her AC at this point would be to get a shield or a feat or so.
Which she doesn't want to do, I'm assuming.
No,
Yeah, 'cause
she
you
likes
want her-
she likes her double.
thunder.
Maybe someday, but right
Hey,
now.
it would be nice to have a dedicated tank, really. But thus far,
Between Thornock
Thornock's
and
rage.
Casey, yeah,
reducing everything by half.
it takes a troll surprising him in order to almost kill him.
That was awesome, actually. Got down to 5 hit points in one round.
We need to get more Goros. Make it interesting.
So last time, everybody remembers that Braum took a bath. And
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Last episode.
Had to fight
Braum
it.
took a bath.
Hey, I killed a rubber ducky.
it's
Yeah.
true.
So,
It was
So
evil.
the party continued their hunt through the hunting lodge in search of the 5 glorious beasts that work for the Emerald Enclave. Yes.
that's right. Probably Teslas.
They found their way and kind of got separated a little bit. They went out into a kennel and met up with a troll named Trespin. They were able to defeat him pretty handily.
Singed him.
Yep, singed him pretty good.
A Rufus priest is here.
Hello, a Rufus priest. Yeah.
Hello.
Muted. There you go. Then the party was captured after Braum met with Talus the White, who was the kind of proprietor of the hunting lodge, and a suit of armor that identified himself as Braum's brother, which came as a surprise to him.
And wait, Lunera knew him too.
Yes, when the party got in there, we did find out that Lunera did know this other gnome. Well, he wasn't a gnome in there, he was a suit of armor. And then you guys proceeded to attack
The construct.
Talus, and her guards with no weapons and managed to win.
Woo!
I need to up the difficulty on this, I believe.
No.
Hey, we didn't have no weapon. She had a dagger that she...
And for a reminder, here's Talus. She did have a set of white magical plate mail on that, as Lunera puts on, the scales shift in color because it is magic, and so they morph to kind of match her personal magical aura as well, which is what color, by the way?
Right. I didn't.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. I didn't really think of anything.
Red. Some green, and then your red will be like...
Red plate mail, though.
That's Christmassy.
They also received a
No.
Whack.
adamantine sphere
Dark purple.
from Trespin, which they used to free one of the locks on the bear spirit that was trapped in there.
Did we go back down into the...
No, we have not done that yet.
Okay.
And then from Talus, they received a cube of
That's right.
orichalcum, I believe was the cube.
So we got a cube.
And then
Still need a triangle. No, they were both there.
there was a pyramid that dropped off of the suit of armor.
Right.
Yeah.
And that
We already
was
had the
made of gold.
circle from
Yeah.
the
Yeah, and you already put that into the lock,
Yeah.
and it dissolved the lock
arm.
with it.
Yeah. And we got a
For
wand of
$1.
winter. Or
Yes.
at least I did.
You've got a wand of winter, and we're actually going to start tonight with a little bit of a cinematic scene. The fight has just begun. There's sounds coming from the dining room upstairs, and in the courtyard, the foyer, 2 trolls are gathering the 24 kobold forces to pick up all their spears. Everybody's kind of gathering in this foyer area.
More spears.
Yeah, because everybody has spears in this game, according to this book. Then they're all preparing to act as reinforcements when they get the call. The trolls are sitting there, and one of the trolls has this kind of weird shoulder plate, just this single metal shoulder plate.
That's weird.
And it is very weird. And as he's sitting there, the shoulder plates rises up, and it kind of, these spindly legs come out of it, and these metal legs kind of pick up, and a voice rings out from it and says, "I am dealing with the situation. Wait for my instructions." And then it kind of skitters around to the other shoulder and just settles back in. After a few minutes and a few more harrowing shouts and screams and ew bugs, the
Oh, that's right. Locusts.
the mechanical construct raises up again, and a little bit of cursing can be heard on one end, and then it says to the trolls, "I've spent enough money here. We're leaving." And the trolls look at each other and nod, and then they just take off out the door. And the kobolds look absolutely terrified at whatever can cause these 2 trolls to run away.
Cobalt bags of hit points.
And so
Experience points.
it's very short order, and the kobolds break ranks as well. and run in every direction out into the hills, out into the forest. One of them jumps down into the well and then climbs back out when it realizes that it's not working. And watching this is a black cat sitting on a pile of logs and swishing its tail calmly. And then its eyes go from their deep purple to kind of a kind of more vibrant purple for a few moments, and then back to the normal purple as Akio finishes looking through the cat's eyes to figure out the state of things. And that's where we find ourselves in the room. You have these 2 keys, and there's some dead bodies and a pile of scrap armor on the ground.
Now, we already searched the bodies for everything, right?
Yes.
Nothing else. Okay. Well,
I relay the information that the kobolds and controls and whatever.
It was an amazing cinematic. You relayed that as well.
I tell
that was a sweet cutscene.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be nursing my head and like flicking off the remainder of the bug remains and finishing my meal.
Oh, Jesus.
It's such a good bath.
We might need to take a. I guess we're not going to benefit from a short rest anymore at this point.
I'd have to do a long rest.
We get double short rest if we go take a bath.
You know what? I need a bath.
You can get relaxed. Yeah, you all are pretty
Stinky.
grimy and stinky from the last couple days.
Well, that's a little weird.
I'll tell you what, while you guys get all cleaned up, there's a really nice place downstairs you could wash up. I think they still had some bath salts and other. The water might be cold.
I can warm it up.
I'm gonna go take a tub.
Okay.
Get clean.
So you're heading just downstairs to the courtyard.
Yeah, maybe let's
to
go
the
together just in case.
Akio doesn't really care, but he really wants to sleep.
Okay.
So he's just gonna
You need a bath.
You can push me in.
Okay, well,
Wherever we go, I'll do a song of rest.
So everybody kind of makes their way out into the this kind of balcony that overhangs the foyer.
Yeah, let's search this place. Actually, I don't want to leave any stone unturned here.
but bath first.
I know what was that? That's downstairs. We're up here. Let's be efficient. Let's explore. Let's I'm gonna go in here
That room first. Okay.
and search.
Again, you're going very careful.
I'm looking for traps. And
Yeah.
all the things.
I'm in the back.
So far, you're not finding any. It seems like this lodge isn't really dedicated to trapping its rooms.
Except for the front door.
Except for the front door, yes. So this is... So this, it just appears to be, say, the shutters are open, allowing light to shine in. 4 unmade beds line the south wall, and other furnishings include a table and with 4 chairs and a wine rack containing multiple bottles, most of them uncorked and empty.
Hear that? You weren't listening.
Wine bottles, I heard.
Uncorked and empty.
Most of them. That means some of them are not.
I take the ones that aren't empty and I pour them in my bottle.
You have like a.
I have a pouch.
You need like a bottle of holding.
Is
You
that
need
a
the
thing?
alchemist jar.
Is there a bottle of holding?
There's the alchemist jar.
Just like
An
fill
endless
it with
bottle.
limitless supply of
A drink.
wine.
There is now.
If you,
So searching through, most of the wine bottles are empty, but there are 12 full ones that remain.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take all of them. That's a lot. I take
Well,
two.
maybe
I
we
take
could
two.
sell it. I mean,
I'll take
That's
can
true.
you tell how decent the vintage is?
I pop it open and smell.
Yeah, it's pretty good vintage.
Good
I mean,
beer.
and looking at the actual label, you see
It's
that.
older than I am.
Yeah.
I cork it back up.
And as you're kind of going through and you're kind of like rummaging through bottles and everything, one of the bottles kind of jingles a little bit as you're running through it, and you look inside and you see that there's a gold necklace in there.
Ooh, nice. Take it.
Anybody want a gold necklace?
Absolutely.
Is it cursed?
I'll
Yeah,
write
could
it
be
down.
cursed.
I'm scared. I have enough cursed jewelry. You can have this. And I hand you the bottle. You got to drink to get to it.
No, it's an empty bottle.
Oh.
That one's empty.
Yeah, I'm not taking
It's a bottle.
Well,
Yeah, it's
Do
in
a
a wine bottle.
detect magic.
All right, you guys do your thing. I'm gonna sit here and nurse my head and do detect magic while I'm doing it.
Okay. Your detect magic spell goes off without a hitch, and there is no magic on this necklace.
Okay,
It's
gold
That seems
necklace,
clean.
Page.
So I'm gonna take the bottle.
Page 69.19.
Can I tip it out of the bottle, or do I have to smash the bottle? And get
You
it?
have to smash the bottle to get it open.
I'm gonna toss it to you to smash the bottle because if something bad goes down, I'm like super low health.
I smash it.
Okay.
I take the necklace out. And I say,
I'll,
for all your hard work, stealthing and trapping.
Perfect.
Don't worry, we'll split things.
Okay, and that's all that's in this room. You kind of turn everything over. You see that there's clothing for 3 different people here. You know, 2 male sets of clothing, 1 female set of clothing.
We want to keep the wine.
Yeah, it's probably worth something.
We should have still room in the bag of holding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Sornak, do you know how much weight is in the bag of holding so far?
Is he on? Yeah.
Let me check.
It's on.
He's here. He's here.
There.
12 bottles of
Because
wine.
worst case scenario, later
Yes.
you can just drink
People.
it if we have to take it out and put other stuff in there.
Yeah,
I didn't
exactly.
see it.
Darn, we need another pound.
I have roughly like 120 pounds.
120 pounds in there so far.
We should be able to
I
fit
could do
them in there.
500.
I think
Keep one on your person.
what, a
for
bottle of wine like
emergency.
2 pounds or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
So
keep.
say
I'll keep
25,
20.
25 more pounds, 20 more pounds.
Let's see.
Add
Let's see if they actually
the bag
have.
of holding.
Yep. So add 12 bottles of wine to the bag of holding.
12 bottles of wine in the bag of holding. 12 bottles of wine.
Take one
Pass it
out.
around.
Pass it around. Smash it. Now there's only 11 in the bag of holding.
Let's see if there's.
But we have a shiv.
And a shiv. It's only +1 to hit.
Improvised slashing weapon.
Ooh, that smells good. Anybody wants any burritos?
I want some
I don't know if pomegranate chocolate, dark chocolates are off limits, but
Yum.
I figured we'd try some new. They used to have these at Freeport. Yeah,
I'll try one.
they're good. It's like more of a craisin
Okay.
than a pomegranate.
Hang on. So
that's right.
yeah, sorry. So water skin can hold 4 pints of liquid, and it's 5 pounds full. So a bottle is 1.5 pints of liquid. So we're looking at 2 pounds.
pounds.
I think 2 pounds is about right.
Okay. Let's go to the next room.
Okay. Next, you kind of all move along here, and you open up the door.
Baths. You still got your ritual going, right?
Yep, for 10 minutes.
10 minutes here. 14. There we go. 14. This small chamber has a large bathtub in it.
Mm-hmm.
The lower bath doubles as a laundry for the servants. Wait a minute, that's the wrong one. That's the same. Oh, they put 14 on here twice. That's why. It's basically another bathroom.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll take a bath.
A double bath. Yeah.
I'm gonna say, I need some privacy.
Leave the room. I'll guard the door.
And I take a tub and I wash my clothes.
Okay, it's been an hour. You guys have been relaxing for an hour, so everybody take a short rest and spend your hit dice as needed.
I already spent them all.
I will use my Song of Rest. So for those of you who already used yours.
What song are you singing outside the door as Ari takes her bath?
I'm in the bathtub.
What's that song? I can't think of it. The bubble.
Splish splash.
That was a pot splish splash that was taking a bath. On a Saturday. Wait, on a Midsummer's Night.
So is anybody else choosing to take a bath at this point? Because there should be enough time that all of you can.
I take a bath.
I took a bath.
Alrighty.
Not till I'm done.
Using my.
Well,
I just hold my robe up so nobody can see me. No, don't look, and then I jump in.
That's pretty comical because the door is closed.
Oh,
Actually, so Akio, while you are in the bath, Parnagos actually flutters over to the window, and he starts tapping on it a little bit, and then he turns to you and he says, "You gentlemen seem like you have this well in hand. Do you mind if I leave to go take care of some business for you?"
what business?
Who was this?
Parnagos, the Onyx messenger.
Sure, I don't suppose you're gonna try and secure.
Oh, sorry, this is just to Akio because he's the one in the bathroom right
I
now.
say, what business are you heading to?
I want to make sure that you can get to your next destination.
Perfect. And then I open the window so you can
Okay.
fly.
He flutters backwards.
Perfect. It's the same
That's
thing.
not the same.
He flutters backwards as your familiar jumps in
Nice.
and kind of curls up at the edge of the bathtub, but far enough away that it can't get into the bathtub because it's a cat. And then he flies out the window.
Nice.
Okay, and then nothing else significant happens in the bathroom.
Well,
Thank goodness.
let's We'll go here.
Okay, next room. That would
I
be.
really need to do a long rest.
We just gotta figure out what's going on here. I might do more gold necklaces.
I don't have enough spell slots, and I'm out of arcane.
So you open up this door, and a gaping hole in the roof exposes this armory to the elements.
Armory.
Very few weapons are stored here at present. Shelves to the north lie mostly bare, and a poorly maintained weapon rack standing against the south wall holds 3 rusty spears and a frayed net. Nearby is a closed cabinet as well.
A closed cabinet?
Yep.
I'm gonna open the cabinet.
Wait, check it for traps!
So Thornock opens the cabinet. Nothing happens.
Okay, good.
So the cabinet is unlocked and contains 2 heavy crossbows and 2 longbows. And then as you kind of look through the rest of the room, you do find a box of 20 crossbow bolts, a longsword, a box of 10 arrows, and then the as you're going through like the spears, you break 2 of them, and the third one you see is inlaid with mithril.
Ooh. It didn't break.
Yep. And you kind of pick it up, and your detect magic spell has gone at this point. But as you pick it up, you feel just like power coming.
What
from
was
it.
that, Reese?
That spear.
You want the mithril spear?
He's gonna spear somebody.
That spear, though.
He's gonna stab him, and then he's gonna say, "Oops, I did it."
What's the dice that I roll for that?
Dice that you roll for spear?
It's like a 1d8.
Yeah, damage.
Maybe two-handed 1d10, maybe. But,
Crossbow.
No, I'm in characters again. Jeez.
but a mithril inlaid spear, maybe. different
And it's
than
got words
still want
etched into it.
that. It has words.
Yep.
Thornock can't read them.
No, Dornock cannot read them. They look like scratches to him.
What can I tell the language? Are they in Elvish?
You can't read it either. They're not in Elvish.
Bring it to me.
Was that how many crossbow bolts was there?
20 crossbow bolts.
Okay, I'm gonna grab that, and that was a heavy crossbow.
Hey, Thornock, I'm having a tough time hearing you. Can you turn up your sound at all?
Give me just a minute.
Yeah. And then a spear is a d6 of damage.
Does it have a two-handed option?
Yeah, it's a versatile, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's thinking more of throwing it rather than.
Or like string and shield?
Yeah.
What kind of crossbow was there?
It was just a heavy crossbow.
And there was a longbow.
2 heavy crossbows and 2 longbows.
I think heavy crossbows are worth a pretty penny.
Yeah, we might want to
My limited knowledge of.
Crossbow's not showing up, but I see a crossbow and a crossbow
Sure.
light.
stole them.
Then it's just crossbow.
Is it just crossbow?
Yeah, it would just be crossbow. Because there is a crossbow light, which is different. What's the crossbow? What
Well,
is
it
this?
says
regular?
crossbow hand, crossbow light, crossbow bolts. And that's it. And crossbow case for the bolt.
Just typing a crossbow doesn't pull up.
That's why I'm just typing crossbow.
Weird. Because there is a hand crossbow and there is a heavy crossbow in this book.
You know what? I think it's because I can't use.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay. If I uncheck proficient, I can see it.
Ah,
I'm just going to get it for perhaps giving to a certain other.
Those are
I know.
18 pounds a piece, by the way.
Heavy.
I'm only
Can
taking
you
one.
guys hear me better now?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, we can.
I'm only going to take one because I can't carry any more than that.
So you hand the spear over to Akio, and Akio turns it over, and it's written in Draconic, actually.
Wow. Beautiful.
And it says, Tiamat's eyes shine.
Somebody really liked Tiamat.
Do you stab them?
In the eye.
I don't know more than that, do I?
Nope.
Okay.
Not without like doing any sort of detect magic or anything on it.
Does it seem to be a rich? No, I wouldn't know. Because I'm not into cults.
Can I do like a Arcana check to see if I'm picking up any vibes or?
Sure, go ahead and roll me an Arcana.
Oh, critical fail.
I mean, it could be magical.
It's 11 total.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Can I-
magical.
The
This got
daggers
some magic to
that
it.
I have,
Uh-huh.
do they have any semblance?
No, they don't. Nope.
This one's just like black.
Mhm.
So
give it back to
can I
Thornok.
take the spear?
Okay, yep. Akio hands Thornok the spear back. You now have one possibly magical spear with draconic runes etched on it.
So what do I add to mine?
For now, just do one spear and then make a note that it's unidentified. You guys haven't really figured out what it does yet.
Are there any arrows?
Yes. So there's a box of 10 arrows.
An arrow.
Yeah.
Grab those two, and then we can use it for.
And then there is there is a net. If anybody wants the net as well.
I had a trident to go along with it, perhaps.
Yeah.
Do we want to take those crossbows? I think they probably fetch a decent price at the market. They're a
I
little
got
heavy,
one of
but-
them. If someone can carry the other one, because I can only carry one.
If they're not, can you
this
carry
bow's
one of
gonna
these
be-
heavy crossbows?
Yeah.
Okay, take one and then put it in your inventory.
Yeah, that won't fit in the bag of holding though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to strap it to your back or something.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Okay. Next room. Oh.
To the
We'll
next
go this way.
Okay. So you go across the hallway.
Where's my guy?
Yeah.
Wink.
And that leads you into.
Wait. We freed the bear.
Yeah.
We're being methodical.
We don't want to make Corey put the map away and then get it back out.
Oh, thanks. That's why. You guys are being polite. It's got nothing to do with looting and burning. A roaring fireplace churns at one end of this spacious 30-foot high chamber, the ceiling of which is buttressed by 10 wooden pillars carved as dragons. 5 large tapestries hang along the walls, 2 on the west wall flanking a door, 2 on the east wall hanging side by side, and a particularly grand one dominating the south wall next to the fireplace.
Let's take the grand one.
Can I tell, like, quality wise how these compare to the one that I rolled up previously in the room?
Let's see.
Pull it out.
So, each of these is probably going to be about the same weight, and they could go for something for the right buyer if you wanted to take the time to roll them all up.
How much?
But the 5th one is the one that is like extremely noticeable. All of these tapestries show dragons hunting lesser creatures in some form or another. But the 5th tapestry shows a image of Tiamat, which is this big 5-headed dragon. Each head is one of the different colors.
We could use it.
So
in
how
a
much-
castle
how much does it weigh
you can
roughly?
Wipe your feet on it.
I like it.
You kind of lift it and you're judging it and everything as you're looking at this giant tapestry of her basically with she's got water deep like clutched in one claw and then Neverwinter like crushed in another, and you think that it might be about 200 pounds. Yeah.
Holy moly.
This is not worth it.
Yeah, but it was. I'm better than
What's the
However,
least amount of-
Who's gonna want to buy this? They're the enemy if they want to buy it.
Let's just set it on fire.
They're just a purveyor of fine art.
However, it does have a number of semi-precious stones embedded into it.
Ooh, now we're talking. Okay, I want to try and gently remove them without damaging the tapestry.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Just give me a sleight of hand.
I can finally use my sleight of hand that I never use. 25.
Okay. Yep, you're able to remove all of the garnets, agates, moonstones, and all the other gems. So just put assorted tapestry gems into the inventory.
Tapestry.
Yep, and then reference page 70.20. By the way, Akio, did you tell what it said to anybody while you were holding the spear?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did read it out loud.
Yeah, I read it
Okay.
out loud. And
Well, then
said-
something happens.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, page 70. 70 what?
Oh, by the way,
You never.
70.12?
Yeah.
That's what it says?
70.12.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I read it out loud and then I said, "Oh, somebody's a fan of Tiamat or
Yeah.
something like that."
So when you read Tiamat's light shines, the staff begins glowing with bright light, and you all kind of have to turn your eyes away.
Whoa.
And this is, you kind of realize that this is a daylight spell.
Oh. Some crowd control.
Can you, if you're not a fan of Tiamat, but you still want the effects of the spell, can you like roll your eyes as you say it and still get the same effect?
Yes, you just have to say the command phrase.
You can say it ironically.
Thornock, go ahead and search your search the items section of your character sheet for the name, or for the name Dragon Gleam. Yep. And basically, this spear has 10 charges of a daylight spell on it that you can use by saying that command word.
9 now.
9, yes, 9 charges of a daylight spell.
And they don't recharge. It's just.
It doesn't say anything about it recharging. I'll check the back to see if there's anything about
Just
Dragon
ask
Gleam.
Tiamat to recharge
It's
it.
a 60-foot radius of light.
Come on.
Oh, Tiamat.
That's a level 3 evocation you got there.
I don't see it.
Okay, well, just add a spear and make a note of it. Then just make a note and call it Dragon Gleam, and I can give you the reference page too.
Sounds good.
So it's
Bonus damage.
no, it doesn't do any bonus damage. It is magical, but it doesn't do any bonus damage.
Boo.
So you could still use it like against people that are resistant to
Non-magical attacks.
non-magical attacks.
Mm-hmm. And that's page 69.17.
I don't see it in here either.
Yeah. It's kind of like a throwaway mention in this book, so I'm assuming that they didn't put it in the D&D Beyond. And then just put 9 out of 10 to show how many charges you have on it left.
Good call.
Someone's already put it in the forums that it's missing from the listings.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, so you do pry those stones out and everything, but you feel like maybe the tapestry itself might be a bit too heavy.
If we leave them, I carve a spear into the side of it.
Yeah.
And then everybody roll me a perception check, please, as you guys are searching this room.
Yes, Tim. Sure.
Yep.
25.
19.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
5.
Thornock?
You have great perception.
3%.
23.
23. All right. So, Brahm, you find the balcony, which is out back. It's
Have you seen this balcony?
it's amazing.
This is it's wonderful.
But Ari, as you're kind of going around and you're looking at these tapestries, you notice that there is a small crease in one of the walls, and you quickly realize it's a secret door.
Does it go?
Yes, exactly. And that is right here.
Okay. Can I tell how to open it?
Push.
Okay.
Yep. As long as you notice it, you can push it open.
You hear
Yep.
some rockets in the background. You got to push it. Push it real good.
All right, so the room that you open up into has a few different features. The first that you see is not the most prominent, but it appears that this was once a trophy room. There's a bunch of stuffed animal heads up along the wall, including a large 14-point stag, a mountain goat, a bear, 2 winter wolves, and what can only be, and you know this because you've faced one before, an onkeg's head.
Whoa.
Let's see. And then the rest of the room is scattered with jade. Jade objects kind of litter the ground. There's a few creatures. You see there's a kobold made out of jade over here. There's a kind of this ball of fire that's been that looks just like crystallized jade in the shape of fire. And off into the far back corner you spot a growling panther hunched down, completely made of jade. And in the center there's just this orb of green roiling. It doesn't look like it's fire, it doesn't look like it's water. It's kind of this weird mixture between the two.
Okay, let's be careful.
I want to touch
I
it.
believe we found the panther that we were looking for.
Do you move up to touch it?
Let me search for traps. Let me search for traps.
I'll
As he's moving up, I'll mark it.
cautiously
So Ari, as you enter the room, a voice calls out from the central
From
swirl.
the orb thing.
Yep. And it goes, to release those trapped within my art, you must prove yourself in 3 separate parts. The first you'll find a test of mind. Answer the riddle or turn in kind. I have many tongues but cannot taste. By me most things are turned to waste. I crack and snap, yet I stay whole. I may take the largest toll. I assisted all of the first men, and I will pay them back again. Around me people snuggle and sleep, yet run when I am released from my keep. I jump around and leap and bound. The cold man wishes he had found. What am I?
Fire.
Okay. And there's like a small little chime in the room. And then it after a few moments it speaks again, and it says, 2 bodies I have, though both joined in one. The more I still stand still, the quicker I run.
One more time.
2 bodies I have, though both joined in one. The more still I stand, the quicker I run.
Is it a? You think it's an hourglass, like an hourglass with sand?
River?
Water, I think. Bodies of water.
Did you say that out loud?
Okay.
Yeah,
so that-
river?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That makes much more sense.
There is a gong sound, and this this swirl reaches out and touches Lunera. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw,
You're
please.
kidding me.
It's a soul sucker.
I'm sorry.
Let's message the rest of our conversation.
11 plus 6, 15. Wow, 17.
Body.
So you actually manage to resist the effects.
Okay.
You feel kind of this green feeling. Like green is a really hard feeling to describe, but you feel green.
Please taste
Green. Yeah. And but you don't.
I feel gassy, guys.
But you manage to kind of shake it off and everything, and a few like hunks of jade fall off of your body as like they were starting to form on you.
Wow. Creepy. That might increase your armor class.
I am the jade armor.
Yeah,
Okay,
jade
let's
armor.
think about this here. 2 bodies I have, though one, something like that.
Though both joined in one.
They both joined in one.
The more still I stand, the quicker I run.
It's like ice.
One more time.
2 bodies I have, though both joined in one. The more still I stand, the quicker I
I
run.
think it's an hourglass in the sand, like running through 2 bodies. That's one.
Yeah. 'cause
And if you're not tipping it, it will
The
go.
quicker I. The
It's
more
not
still
on
I
the
stand,
side.
the quicker I run. Actually, that's a pretty good guess.
I guess hourglass.
Okay, there's a doo-doo-doo.
Nice.
Indeed. All right.
And then finally, it begins again and says, I have a tail and I have a head, but I have no body. What am I?
Coin.
Okay, you got it.
But
There's a doo-doo-doo. Yep.
So satisfying.
And then, so after a few moments, the swirl kind of speeds up and then slows down again and says, next you'll face a test of heart. Choose a piece of my art. Be careful what you truly desire. It may bring another's ire.
There.
So
A very plain-looking carpenter's goblet by chance.
you have chosen boy. No, so you kind of look around the room and
see the kobold, we saw the panther.
there's some really large ones that are very cumbersome to move, and you kind of get the idea that maybe you're supposed to put it through this thing, like you're supposed to push it or drop it through this orb.
Does it have like a hollowed out?
No, it's just like this kind of orb that's floating in the middle. Maybe
So it's like
twice the size of a basketball.
it's ethereal. It's okay.
Yep.
Let's find something about that size.
So you kind of look around and you see that there is a kind of this large sack that you kind of can see the tops open a little bit, and there appear to be a bunch of jade coins inside.
Okay.
And then there's that fire that I spoke of before. There appears to be a large book with arcane sigils on it, all in this green jade. There's also a rather large greatsword in perfect gleaming jade, and then there is also a flute.
And what was
A jade flute.
what was the riddle again, or the
thing was, next you'll face a taste of heart. Choose a piece of my art. Be careful what you truly desire. It may bring another's ire.
Art.
art? I would
And
assume
ire. Music.
flute. The
But art of war. Swords and stuff.
right, but that might bring somebody's.
I was thinking, like, the riddles, the answers to the riddles were coin, flame, and hourglass. There wasn't jade hourglass, but there were jade coins and jade.
That's
Unrelated.
Some of those.
Oh,
I think the flute might be the best.
let's just try it and
What's
see
the
what
most
happens.
hard?
So we can't do like because there's anything else in there that was art.
No, I mean, they're all statues.
Yeah.
Art of money.
Art of economics, the art of arcana.
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay, you leave the room because you're gonna die if something goes bad.
Yes.
I grab the flute and I throw it through the
I walk
thing.
slowly.
Okay, so you pick up the jade flute and you toss it through. It floats through the orb and comes out the other side as a normal flute and just kind of rolls to
It's
the
like a trust
top.
fall, and I failed.
I happen to be proficient in flutes,
Um,
even though I know he's the master musician. I wanna go pick it up
okay.
and play.
Okay. Is there a specific tune that you want to play, or?
I don't really know the heroes of Greenest, so I just play a haunting Celtic-ish melody.
Okay. And
Elvish.
as you play the melody and everybody kind of listens to it and everything, I need everybody to roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
I was outside the room.
Melody.
Including Brom. Yep, you can still hear the music.
20.
15.
19.
Okay.
And
Funny, I have a negative on wisdom, but I'm proficient in wisdom saving
Constitution
throws.
is 12 for me.
Don't know how that
That's
happened.
wisdom.
Wisdom. That's worse. 10.
Sorry.
Brom's out of the room.
Okay. Thornock, what did you get? So anybody who rolled below a 15 falls asleep. And just falls
I'm
over.
running out of the room.
Like,
You hear me
I mean,
fall.
I know that.
It's alright.
I know that's
I'm gonna go get Brom.
It's a flute of
Carry you
sleeping.
back in.
Okay.
Always unconscious.
I don't know if it's
Oh, he's
necessarily a
took
magic
it
tool that's in this room.
I'm always the first one to go unconscious.
So as you guys are sleeping, the chime sounds again, and then the voice says, "Now you'll face a test of might. The item you picked will rise to fight. Be at best the beast, and you'll be free. For the final test does await thee." And then the flute kind of shakes a little bit, and then does nothing.
Great, so now we have
And,
to pick another item.
And then the orb kind of pulses and says, "Well done," and then vanishes. And the other jade items in the room begin to dissolve into nothing, except for the panther at the back, which cracks and then shatters. And this panther practically leaps and pounces basically on Akio, who is nearby, and just kind of slams him into the ground before realizing what happened. And then, and it snarls at you for a moment, and then it stops and it says, "You're not the ones who put me in here."
I say, noble Emerald Enclave member, we've been sent by to Gillian and Parnagast.
Oh, I'm
For
glad
you.
they finally got their act together.
We gotta
And she gets off Akio and says, "My apologies." Now, as she's moving, you get a nice, good look at the full panther. Her coat is not black, but instead it seems to reflect the night sky itself. It looks like this fine starlight pattern and everything. She would be perfectly at home in any sort of night situation.
I say, May we have the honor of your name?
Of course. Is Parnagas not here to introduce me?
He has left to help us go to our next destination. I believe he's looking
getting
for
wyverns.
travel for us to continue hunting the cult of the dragon.
Well, I am Share,
Alright.
the Starlight Thief. It is spelled Shaure. And you must be the heroes of
What was
Greenest.
the subtitle? Sorry.
The Starlight Thief.
Sweet.
Perfect. You and I will
Accio
get along
identifies.
That's gonna be like my new nickname.
Identifies intensely.
You like hold your cat out to her, like, look!
I have a cat.
And they sniff each other a little bit.
Sniff each other's
Put him
butts.
back.
And then she goes, I see that you are familiar with creatures of the Feywild.
Just recently.
That was a pun. Familiar, Feywild.
Actually, this creature is Fey in origin.
Sorry, I'm just
Yep.
like,
No, my
Yes.
creature is
Brom
actually
and
fey.
Thornock wake up at this
Oh,
point.
perfect.
okay.
Hey, Brom, look. Panther.
A kitty.
This is Shara.
It looks at Thornock a little warily at the word kitty. It's not quite sure about that.
Go ahead. Do it. No one's stopping you. Do it.
Turn around, I crawl over on my hands and I want to pet its ears.
Okay. She kind of, her ears kind of go flat for a moment, and then this slow, like, purr starts to form. And after a few seconds, she shakes her head and she kind of steps away and she goes, none of that, please.
It's very undignified.
I stand up.
I say we have been trying to free the others. Thus far, we freed Gillian. We believe we have the missing components to free Adalis.
Don't tell him we freed you first.
I would say not. He would be very upset to know that you've had his
Go pour
freedom in your hands and you've waited.
It's been costly. We wanted to search everything up here before we went any lower because we worry that there might be somebody laying in wait for us.
Adventurers.
Yes. Who are there any others that we
Six.
of your enclave that
5, 6.
If
have been captured? That,
if she is here, then Yumi, the Crystal Protector, should also be within the building.
You mean
Burn out.
She's a boar.
the board. That's right. We've not found her yet.
That's right.
Quickly search the room. Anything?
Nope, there's nothing else of value in here. Everything else is dissolved into nothingness.
Okay.
You do have a new flute. That sounds very nice.
Yay.
I don't like that flute.
I'm gonna replace the flute that I've got. You can have my
Do a masterwork flute if there's such a thing.
masterwork flute.
Sweet.
I knew I never liked flutes.
Two.
Put me to sleep.
The two fluty.
Fluty tooty.
If you throw it really hard, I'll make that. Throw it through a room. Put it really bad.
Well, you know, if you're a martial artist and you fight with a flute, it makes that whistling sound. So,
Yeah, see?
yeah, as you're fighting with it.
Yeah.
just like that.
Exactly. And Share kind of shakes out her coat a little bit, and she says, I will make sure that the perimeter is secure for you.
Thank you.
And then she turns and looks at your familiar, and she says, come, little brother. And the familiar jumps down and pads away with her.
Yeah. Go learn.
Simba.
Everything the darkness touches.
We're gonna find your familiar, and then the panther hanging out the window by like one claw. He's gonna be like,
The key.
All right. Can't believe you guys picked the one object in the room that actually didn't rise and attack you. That's incredible.
I was like,
I'm like, hey,
sword could be really cool.
yeah,
Spells.
a great sword is like right up Thornock's alley. You got a whole spell book, a bag of coins. Like seriously.
I almost went for the bag of coins. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought for sure you guys were going for the bag of coins. That was pretty good.
I don't know, it's just the word art threw me for the...
Yeah,
for the
me too.
Yeah. 1,500 experience points to each of you for freeing Share
Nice.
and solving the riddles.
Just power and experience.
Knowledge is key.
Okay.
Okay.
back out and let's.
So there's the secret door, and then there's.
Oh,
this
right,
other
right,
door.
right. So let's go this way.
Yep, and it's just the other side of the courtyard, or the.
I just kind of quickly poke my head in. Anything in these
so
rooms?
let's see here. So you see, I don't know why there's two.
What? Lady vestibule.
So this one is just like another grand guest room. You don't find anything of value in it. And then you open up this one, and this one looks a lot more lived in.
Oh.
And you start looking around through it, and everybody else is following you at this point. We just won't move everybody. So this one has an enormous bed that is covered in a soft burgundy bedspread, and a fire crackles in the fireplace. This appears to be, as you're looking around, this appears to be Talus's bedchamber.
Okay.
And as you're going through, you open up open up a drawer, and you see this book in there, and you open it up. And
I'm just like, I feel so wrong.
I don't.
So you're kind of flipping through.
Bedchambers in my time.
That's true, you have.
But most a gentleman.
You're going through the journal, and you see that there's several different indications. A lot of it is venerating white dragons. Like, she's like really into white dragons, like almost too much. You have to skip a few pages of it just because it's a little too gratuitous about white dragons. And then it one of the pages details. Sorry, that's this room. I'm assuming. Sorry,
Sure.
These are both rather big guest chambers. There's like 3 rooms with the same number on it. This book, I'll tell you, sometimes. Anyway, there is. It lists a few of the people in Parnest, which is the nearby village, that are like working for the cult. There's Captain Ondath. Odenath, I think is what his name is. Let's see. Awfulstan is his name.
Awfulstan.
Yeah. And it has some details about the castle that they've been using. Apparently, they've been using this flying castle called Castle
Grayskull.
Skyreach Castle.
Skyreach
Castle. Yep. Which is basically this big floating castle that can travel to different areas. And they've got a lot of the treasure that they've been collecting in a treasure hoard in that castle, being guarded by the venerable Galahaz the Cloud Chaser.
Does it say what kind of creature Galahaz is?
Oh, he's a white dragon. And she goes on for 2 pages about Galahaz and how amazing he is.
Wow.
Yep. Let's see.
And the Galahaz is in the floating castle.
Sorry, Glazehale.
Glazehale.
Yep. The Cloud Chaser. A handsome dragon of the pure northern breed, according to the actual journal entry. And he is in the castle guarding the treasure. And then it also talks about how Talus talks about how they had like dear diary. Today we had to clean the banner before we send it off with the wyverns so that they can meet with the castle and not be attacked on sight. Hopefully they'll have it refreshed soon so we can send out another patrol.
She had to clean the banners?
Mm-hmm. They had to wash the banner.
I don't suppose we see any banners around here.
Not in this room.
Alright, I tell everybody, I'm like, I think we might need to find a banner if we want to make sure we're not shot out of the sky, assuming Parnagos can find us some wyverns in the first place. Glazehale?
Glazehale. Mm-hmm. Glazehale. The Cloud Chaser. In fact, I have a picture of him. And there is a picture in the book, so that'll be a fine.
She's a very good artist.
Oh yeah, she is an amazing artist.
Whoa.
Baller.
Cloud Chaser. Okay.
Okay. And then let me tell you what else you find in this room, because there's more than just the journal.
Ooh.
You find a locked chest.
Yay.
Just,
Okay.
Is it locked?
It is.
Wait. Let me check out the traps.
Check for traps, and if there's no traps, I cast knock.
There are no traps.
Okay.
So you knock, and it cracks open. Yep.
Feel free.
So when opened, you guys kind of push the thing open, and this light kind of spills out, this glowing light, and it emanates from the chainmail within. Yep.
It's too bad
You don't need it. Does Thornock doesn't wear heavy armor.
He gets unarmored defense, don't you?
Yeah, he gets.
Yeah, my defense is only 14 right now, though.
I don't think you can wear
Could I wear
Man.
I don't believe you can wear chainmail and cast spells easily.
I don't
You
want
have
it.
to have the heavy proficient or the heavy feet. I think.
Yeah.
in order.
Okay, so
Can't the
anything
bard
else?
do that though? Can't you do chainmail?
I can do.
You aren't
Which level of
Is that
armor?
medium or heavy? That's
I have
heavy, isn't it?
I have light armor. I don't have medium or heavy proficiency.
Let me see.
Yeah, I only have light armor too.
Yeah, so your proficiency is light armor and chainmail is. I believe it is heavy.
I want to say it was the studded leather and the other leather. Those are the
Or,
highest.
no, it's yeah. Chain shirt is medium armor.
I can use medium
Oh,
armor.
actually, sorry. Chainmail is heavy armor.
Okay.
Sorry.
Was this the only thing in the chest?
No, the light also shines on a number of gold pieces. And a scroll that's been wrapped up and encased in kind of this this kind of, it's not really glass, but it's a tube, like, you know, a scroll case.
Can you make anything with the scroll?
I take it out of
Sorry, Thornock, what?
Good.
It was boring.
Oh,
Very boring,
it's
okay.
boring.
How much gold?
So you kind of count it out, and there are 4,000 gold pieces.
Whoa! Let's split it.
Yeah.
There's number in the back.
That's a lot of gold.
Dump it in the bag.
That is a lot of gold.
So, that would be divided by 5 is now 800. 800 each.
And then the weight on that was 50 for a pound, so
50. So that's
How many pounds is that? I have to see if I can carry it.
Calculator.
80? 80 pounds?
80.
80 pounds, yeah. We could carry it.
80 pounds. Dump it in the bag.
Okay. Add 80 pounds worth of gold pieces and then put the number at 4,000 gold pieces, Thornock.
Cool.
So
I take the scroll out of its case,
Okay.
by the way, and try to see if I can read it.
So you open it up, and it's actually a spell you do recognize. This is a scroll of Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray. Anybody need Scorching Ray?
So what a scroll does is different than with spellbook. A scroll is basically the spell is etched into here, and you use the scroll to cast the spell for outside of your normal.
so it's like
Okay.
having an extra.
Yep.
Just an extra spell.
Yep, and it's something that you can do too. You can make scrolls. They do cost. I think they're a common magic item, if I'm
I
not
happen
mistaken.
to know a devil that could do some cool stuff with the laser beam.
Are you ready to rock?
Thornock, am I doing this right?
In the world.
I'll eat your soul.
And then the chainmail, you guys can take that too if you want to put that in the bag of holding. That shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be fetch a pretty price at the market. Is it
Or-
magical? Can we tell?
Yes, I mean, it's obviously glowing with supernatural light.
Okay.
And you pretty easily determine that it is just a +1 chainmail. So chainmail is 55 pounds.
We'll get
By the
full.
way.
Hey, how much do we hold in the bag?
500.
500.
If you go 501, it breaks the bag.
We're like 250.
250. Okay.
Throw it in.
Yeah, throw it in.
Yep. You kind of just like, you hear the
What's
chinking of the chain links with you.
Sorry to metagame, but Thornock, what's your armor class right now is 14?
Yeah.
I'm assuming a chainmail +1 would be better than that. Can you use? But it's heavy armor.
So it's heavy armor.
And if you're not proficient in heavy armor, you suffer some kind of penalty if you try to wear it.
Yeah, you just basically have disadvantage on all attack rolls.
Yeah, I can wear light, medium, or
Okay, so until somebody else is more proficient,
Yeah.
we'll probably just sell it.
But a lot of magic items also have, disenchanting them for residuum is always an option too, to make other magic items.
you should do that.
You're not quite sure how to do that yet, but you might be able to figure it out. You got 2 smart
Dude,
Arcana
I'll bet we
users.
could sell magic armor for a lot of money. Just saying. Okay.
Okay,
Awesome.
and that's it in this room.
Okay, should we keep the diary? Or just... Well, I just write the notes down. What was the name of the guy? Ornithromus...
His name is
Gaz Hill.
No,
Glaze Hill?
not Glaze Hill.
Glaze Hill.
Athelstan.
Yeah, Athelstan.
Athelstan.
Captain Athelstan.
You wrote it down? Okay.
He basically runs the
Parn
the guard in the village of Parnest, and he's in the, like, you can clearly tell from these journal pages that you'll probably take with you, because it's not like the journal can't leave the room or anything.
Yeah.
He basically is in the pocket of the Cult of the Dragon.
I say that we definitely keep it, because if we do want to bring him to terms with the law,
Sure.
if we are unable to do so by our own means,
Okay.
be a good black man.
Good plan. That's it for this floor, right?
Yep, all the doors are now open, so you can tell which ones you've been into, or everything in normal RPG style.
Let's go downstairs.
The fog of war's been cleared.
Yep, all the fog of war has been cleared.
Let's go get the bear.
Yeah, let's go get there.
I want the shark statue in the corner.
Sharknado!
So you guys are heading. You guys aren't going to check any more rooms right now. You're heading out to go to the stables or the kennel.
Yeah, I mean we've been in here, we've been in here. These are going downstairs, right?
Yes, those are stairs leading down.
We've been there. Came in here. We've been in there. He took a bath in there.
Yep.
This was where the kobolds were.
This is where the kobolds.
This is where the kobolds were. This was the room that he went in, and he turned around and went back. No, he went in the hallway. And then
Yeah, this
turned
was the
around.
hallway. This is where the
Service
servants were coming from. Yeah.
So we just need to check maybe these 2 rooms.
Should we just check them really quick? Yeah. Let's just check them real quick.
Just check real quick, okay? Which room are
We're
you?
here. Let's just...
Which room are you going into? Because you guys come down the stairs, and there's basically a door and a door.
So we want to go this way,
Okay, so you all go into the hallway here and lead through.
and then that way.
Okay, so you come into there. And that is... Nope, that's the castle.
The boar is in the...
The boar's in the largest room.
I get War Brothers. By the way, I went to the pie. There's an hour and a half waiting time for food. I was like,
This room is stacked with blankets, sheets, various animal furs, tablecloths, flags, banners, and rolled up rugs. There's a
Get a
linen
banner.
closet.
We need a banner.
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
Do I see anything banner-like?
So there's a few different banners. You're kind of going through them. There's one that shows like the colors for Waterdeep. There's one that is like the symbol for Neverwinter. There's one that is basically 5 stripes of color:
these should
red,
all come
green,
in handy.
blue,
We
black.
should grab all of them.
Yeah,
Let's do the colored striped one.
Sounds like
We should grab all of them, because then if we ever want to use them for diplomatic purposes, roll up on a castle and be like,
We're from Waterdeep.
Yes, I'm sure that will go swimmingly for you.
this is water.
Misrepresentation.
I just don't want to carry a bunch of banners.
Let's just carry the one.
Let's take the 5.
Well, are we going to leave them in their hands? Because then they could use them for nefarious purposes.
Are
So if
they
we don't
light?
take them, we should burn them.
The other 2 on fire.
Okay, they burn quickly.
Okay,
Good thinking.
we've got a banner.
And then there is a doorway leading into the next room.
Straight on
Yep.
to the next room.
So you open up the door, and you come into a room. Let me just set up a few things here. And you see there's this weird sight before you, which you'll find out in just a moment.
Good sight.
Yep.
Fail! I rolled a 1.
This is Mr. Gray.
Sorry.
A large, like twice the size of a normal boar, sits in the center of the room, completely made of crystal. Her fur is crystalline, and she is kind of hunkered down as 5 beams of light hit her from various directions. And the source of these beams of light are statues, or not statues, they're suits of armor. And each suit of armor has this glowing green orb of fire on top, and the beam is coming out of this glowing green orb. And they're kind of crisscrossing, hitting different like mirrors that have been set up, and they're basically, some are trapping her in there, and others are hitting her directly, and she's kind of hunkered down from them.
But is it crystal boar is like
Yes,
alive,
it's kind of,
moves.
she's kind of like, struggling a little bit, but she can't really break away from any of this.
And you said it's a light base, not like a fire.
It's kind of roll me an Arcana check, Mr. Arcanas.
I'll back you up. 15.
15 total.
Yeah.
12 total.
12. You're not really familiar with it. You realize that these are scorching rays. You're casting scorching rays in kind of a permanent burst.
Ah. This is not
What did Charday say that the boar's name was?
I gotta
Glue.
Wait for it.
I didn't write it
No,
down.
not too far. Her name is Yumi, the
Yumi.
Crystal Protector.
That is correct.
I say, Yumi.
And her head turns to the side a little bit, and she goes, "Who's there?"
Friends.
I'm joking.
Friends, yes.
Ghost.
We've come to free you.
Perfect.
Any idea how we might be able to disable the spell?
Magic's not really my thing.
I think we should break the mirrors.
But we don't.
Thornock, start smashing the mirrors. Go.
I don't think that's a good idea. That's too easy. You guys, you're gonna kill the.
He
Stop.
starts smashing mirrors.
Okay, so Thornock runs up and smashes the first mirror, and all 5 of the statues turn towards you. And we're gonna roll initiative.
Yes.
Let's kill something.
Oh yeah.
Armor.
I got another. I gotta go grab a power cord.
Armor.
Would you like any of the other refreshments?
Nah, that should be good for now. Just one tiny piece. I'll grab more later.
Okay.
Pro tip for those watching the stream: always make sure you bribe your DM before the fight.
It's true. You just might live longer.
That's my natural hitting bar in this game.
Right? Do you see real quick? Volume on Discord. See if it cranks up anymore.
Is Discord pulled up right here?
It's on a different screen, so 3 fingers, right? Swipe. Here it'll be bottom right.
There we go. I think it's up as loud as it can go.
Bother. Okay. Just need to get one.
Microphone.
I don't know. It just seems really quiet. What about what's your output volume look like on your mixer?
My output volume is fairly low. That's why I hear my input volume is.
Okay.
You're, what'd you get?
I don't know. It just seems like
Oh,
it seems
I
really
got
muffled
20.
compared to what you usually are.
Yeah, you sound far away.
I'm using the same headset I usually do.
Okay, so
Oh yeah, thank you.
what'd you do me?
Is it using a different microphone? Because
A little bit more
sometimes,
of that
even though you're using the headset, the microphone will switch.
I have it set
Yeah.
by same microphone.
Sometimes better than others.
Let me try something real quick.
Because I know mine, when I unplug it and plug it back in, it goes all crazy, and then it tries to use my monitor as the microphone.
Thank you. Ron, what'd you roll for initiative?
How's this, guys?
Oh my gosh, so much better.
Night and day.
Better?
Yep.
Yeah, way better.
Cool. This is my internal off my laptop, so.
Ron, what'd you roll for initiative?
Buttery smooth voice. That is a 13.
Ari.
That's what I've had.
11.
Wow, your initiatives have been really
No,
bad
I
lately.
like Not happy about it.
Akio.
19.
Thornock.
Also 19.
And what's your guys' what's your dex,
I
Akio?
haven't had it in a while.
Acquired the taste a little more, you know.
Yeah. I have been drinking
Mine's
more.
13.
13. Akio, what's your dex score?
Dex is. Where's my dex? It's not as good for sure, but I can. Yeah, he goes first.
His dex is 13.
Where are you seeing that? Oh, right here. There we go.
Okay, well, We'll put
You can go first.
We'll put Thornrock first.
Let's let the bag of hit points go first.
See what
Thumbs up.
So much better. All right, just doing a few adjustments here.
Do you mind if I turn up the brightness on your laptop? Although
Yeah.
I don't see the button.
Tap on the touch screen thing at the top, and then it should appear.
Ah, that's neat.
Do it weird that way. Yeah, you can crank it up all the way. It's all plugged in. You might tip it down though, because it'll chop
Yeah.
it off at the
It'll chop off our.
collarbone.
Oh, oops.
Oh, right there.
Moink.
Perfect.
There we go.
Yeah. Now you can hear and see.
Piece of bacon. Sweet.
Lunera, it is your turn first.
All right. 20 feet.
Okay, sorry.
Certainly.
So these are statues. There's 4 of them. You said 5.
Yes, there's 5 of them.
5 of them surrounding the boar.
So I will go ahead and attack the one that is closest to me. I'm not sure which one that is.
That would be this one that looks like a tiefling.
Let's.
It doesn't look like a tiefling. The minifig does.
How dare that tiefling? All right.
Traitor.
Okay, yeah. I will go ahead and attack that. So here we go. Well, that is 7 plus 6, 13.
13 does not hit.
Kind of like a fine wine. You
Critical fail.
Okay. So, and then your third attack?
Just smells good.
Alright, there we go. 17 plus 6, so 23.
Okay. So you come in with 2 strikes and it kind of deflects him with its gauntleted arms, and then you bring the third one down on his head.
Perfect. Let me do the damage. 4, 6 plus 3, 9 damage.
Nice.
For 9 damage.
Yes.
With the new armor.
Not used to this yet.
Yeah, you're not used to heavy armor for sure. Then it is Thornock's turn.
Let's go.
I would like to rage,
Okay.
and I'm gonna attack the closest one.
You are next to 2.
Good old lefty.
Okay.
Gonna hit him with the right. Gonna hit him with the right. Left.
Here, see if this helps.
23.
23 will hit.
That better, Thornock?
What'd you do?
I zoomed in.
Oh yeah, that's good, I guess.
For being like 100 by 100.
Honestly, my internet's real slow, and I just have a hard time telling which blurry thing I am.
You're the red one.
It's true.
I don't get that much detail.
I don't get color. I've got black and white
You're the
internet.
red square.
I didn't pay for the color package.
Yeah. What's the damage on that hit?
Neutrality.
Oh, you want the colored internet? In that case.
That'll be $4.99 extra.
Hold on, I have to do the math again.
Math.
Math is a wonderful thing.
15.
15 is enough to shatter it, and it just scatters across the floor.
I go to the next one.
Okay.
Oh, you guys were attacking the same one.
Yep, they did.
Hooray.
Good job.
Inadvertent focus fire.
Aggro.
18 will hit.
Uh, 9.
Okay. Alrighty. And then you slice and cleave into the other one. You can hear the rending of metal as it hits in, but he's not dead yet. And then it is Akio's turn.
I attack the same one that Thornock just hit.
Okay.
I pull out my scroll and I say, taste of your own medicine, and I
So just to let you know, when you use the scroll, it's gone.
Gone.
for good.
It's a one-time use.
It is a one-use item.
I roll it back and put it in my pocket, and I just take out my wand and I cast it normal. Yep. Scorching ray.
Are you just hitting all 3 to 1?
Yeah, let's do 2 to that guy to make sure he dies, and I'll send one off at the other one.
Which one?
To the right.
This guy?
Yes.
The Urukai? That is what that is an Urukai.
Okay. And it's a +6 to hit. So you want me to roll all three first?
Roll them. Roll the first 2 against the first guy.
Okay. 17 + 6, so that
Hits. Yep.
20, 18.
That will hit as well.
Okay.
So roll damage on those. Actually, what is the damage on those?
It's 2d6.
2d6 each, so 4d6. Yeah, roll damage on that.
So 5. So the first raise 10.
Good.
Oh. So I wasted
Yep.
the second one. Okay.
And then the damage, go ahead and roll the attack on the third one.
Gosh, I can't do math right now. Why can't I do math? 21? I think. Yeah.
That hits. You hit with all 3 of your scorching rays for 1.
6.
For 6 damage, okay?
And I'm out of level 2.
I just realized I read the wrong thing for their hit points.
None of them are dead.
No, those first 2 are. I'm honorable. This one is not going to be. The rest seemed a little bit hardier. I was reading their armor class as hit points as well. That was
Oh my
solid.
god, those guys are.
That's right.
Pushovers.
Are pretty squishy.
Mhm.
Of course, now that it's my turn.
Yes.
Oh,
It's actually not though.
50 damage.
It
Perfect.
is it is this one's turn, and it is going to move up to Lunera and make a couple of attacks.
Bring it!
Gotta get the chinks in your new armor.
It's magic armor, it doesn't change.
Well, figuratively speaking.
So that's a 19 to hit.
No.
Okay, and then the other one is lower. So it comes up and it just against your plate with its spiked gauntlets, and they just like scrape and everything. It doesn't even leave a scratch on it. And then it is Bromskrius.
I'm going to attack using Chaos Bolt.
Okay.
I'm gonna try this again. I got it this time.
Which one are you attacking, sir?
I'm going to attack the one that was attacking Lunera.
Okay. Yep.
And so for attack.
I realized why you were surprised at them attacking the same one, because Thornock's left is different than my left.
Right.
I was going off of my left there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. No, left.
Left. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
14 will miss.
My escape. So the same thing happens last time. Okay, I got this time.
I'm still working on it, okay?
It spins on the ground like a flower.
Look at that!
Get out of the way!
It's beautiful.
I mean, nothing represents the difference in chaos like missing with this spell and having it sputter in spectacular ways. My brother, he played a chaos mage in 4th edition. Wrong time to bring up a story, but every time that he would roll a 1, because it was a 4th edition chaos sorcerer, all allies would be, or everybody next to him would be pushed, like within 20 feet, they'd be pushed 1 square out. And then when he rolled a crit, he like gave himself +1 AC. Like he had all these different random effects. He always rolled for his damage types on everything, and it was very spectacular. We had some good laughs,
I love it.
and he was really good at rolling 1s.
Right?
Yep. Next up is Ari.
Yay!
Against these newly hardened opponents.
All right, so this is the one that he hit with Scorching Ray.
That is correct.
But I need to go to this guy because it's within 5 feet of an ally, so I can benefit from. So I'm gonna go
Okay.
and attack.
Actually, both of your scorching rays did something with that last one, not just the one.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because
so
it had more hit
it
points.
technically had more hit
So,
points.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't waste it.
Yes.
Alright, first attack is a 18
18 will hit.
for 9 damage. Second attack is a 17.
Hang on.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. 17 will miss.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a key point
Alrighty.
and do 2 more attacks. Miss, and that is a 20.
20 will hit.
And I didn't use my sneak attack damage last time, so
Yes.
I'm gonna do it this time. So this is nice 14 damage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
And
then
I wanna on that
Okay.
second hit, I wanna spend another key point and try and stun it.
stun it. Okay, what's the save again?
14 Constitution.
It makes it save.
Boo.
It's such a gamble with a
I
key
know,
point.
it's hard.
What-
But so good if it
Yeah.
works.
It is awesome.
Alrighty. And then it is some enemies, I believe. Yes. So this guy is going to move up and he's going to attack Thornock. First attack is a 10.
Nope.
And then the second attack is a 22.
Just barely.
Just barely. just by a notch. And then it's going to do 7 bludgeoning damage minus your half for raging. 3. Yep, because it's always rounded down.
We have to remind ourselves of that every night. Is it rounded up, down, down, right? It's down.
It's always right.
Let's see. Did I read that? It's not on the. Okay. So this one in the back here is actually going to be its eye charges up and it's going to blast a scorching ray at 3 people, which we will determine via dice. So Thornock, Lunira, and stop rolling 6s. And Thornock again. So 2 at Thornock and 1 at Lunira. So the 2 for Thornock. 1 is a 13 to hit.
Nope.
The other is a 17.
Yeah.
So the second one is going to do 6 fire damage to you. And the one against Lunira is a 22 to hit.
No. Okay.
2 fire damage. And you have fire resistance, I believe, don't you?
Yes.
So that's half. So you take 1 fire damage.
Stop it!
Way to go, guys. You're doing great.
Apply.
And then it is. Everybody on the team is gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now then, Akio, the rug underneath you shifts suddenly, and then tries to wrap you up.
Ah,
Magic carpet.
Magic carpet!
This whole room is enchanted.
should have burned the rug. Cast 2 and my
Yeah.
one that misses.
So that's a 19 to hit you.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
You are grappled.
Uh-oh.
Sweet.
Until the grapple ends, you're restrained, blinded, and at risk of suffocating.
We gotta get him out of here.
Well, if Akio's gonna go out,
And then-
choked by a rug seems pretty fitting.
So it wraps around you and then just starts like squeezing and constricting around you.
Wow.
Terrible.
Okay. And then it is back up to the top of the round with Lunira.
Okie dokie. So it is clear to me that the one I had attacked has not fallen.
Correct.
Okay.
The one you attacked did fall.
It did.
This one is a new one that's coming.
That is a new one.
I've
Okay.
been beating
He
him.
went to attack you, remember, and like didn't
Right.
scratch your armor even.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. So I will go ahead and attack that guy then. Alright. No. I can already tell no.
Okay.
Again, probably no. 7 plus 6, 13.
No.
Okay, come on. 14 plus 6, 20.
20 will hit.
Nice.
Oh, and I rolled the wrong dice, so.
The D8, right?
Yep.
Bring him down.
5 plus 3, 8.
8. Okay. Still up. There you go.
Dang armor! Still trying to.
Now that they're
Constricting.
normal. No, that's Akio. We'll get to that. Thornok,
Right.
it is your turn.
And then your armor starts to turn on you.
I attack the closest one.
Okay, that is the one right next to you. Go ahead and make your first attack.
Uh, 13.
13 misses.
Nine.
19 will hit.
Uh, 15.
15 damage. Okay. A palpable hit. Then it is Akio. Now, Akio, because you are being smothered currently, at the start of your turn, you take some damage.
Cool.
As this thing is crushing you, you will
It's
take
got those googly eyes.
7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I love you. Never let you go.
So is that my entire turn, or can I try and break free?
No, so you can use your action to try and break free if you want. You'll need to roll an acrobatics or an athletics check
Let's see.
in order to break free.
Okay, I'm gonna roll an acrobatics check.
Okay.
20.
20? Yep. So you're able to kind of push your way out of the rug and go stumbling out. Now you still have a movement if you would like to move.
I want to move away from the rug.
Okay. So you're gonna move. Which way would you like to move? Left or right? Yeah.
Any way that I don't take some sort of attack or something. So I'm pretty much
probably
good.
this
So I'm
way.
gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go behind Lunera.
So just step
Yeah.
right back
The
there.
rug
Okay.
takes a tassel. Opportunity to attack. Attack 10 damage.
And we'll use this as the representation for the rug.
All right.
Hey.
And I guess that's it.
As a bonus flavor action, I go, watch out for the rug.
As you're running past Brom.
What rug?
No.
And then it is this one's turn. It is going to turn and make a couple attacks at the monk, actually.
Uh-oh.
A 9
Nope.
and a 11.
Nope.
Okay. So it gives you a couple swings and you easily duck under him. Then it's Brom.
Okay, I'm going to take the Staff of Healing and I'm going to spin it around my head.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pull it down like a Ghostbuster and use a purple ray of healing to do a mass cure wounds. And be like,
All right. Perfect.
get everybody. That is going to be
You want to roll the healing for it?
the healings.
How many charges do you have on that thing, by the way?
We are down to 2 now.
Ooh, we need a long rest.
We are down to 2.
Don't worry, we're almost done.
So 3d8 plus my spellcasting modifier, which is plus 3. 4, 6, 10, 5, 15, plus 3, 18.
So everybody heals 18.
So that's 18.
Oh, good.
And I'll be
That
like,
heals that 1 fire damage you
That
took.
1 damage.
Still counts because of the previous.
Yeah.
You are down hit points still, though, right?
No,
I meant down max hit points.
Yeah, just down max hit points, but I haven't taken damage since our short rest
Okay.
when I healed back.
Okay.
And that for I don't think I have any bonus actions. Yeah, so I'm going to simply, from where I'm standing, the rug behind me, right?
Yep. It is in the space right next to you.
I am going to. I'm gonna try and just move right here.
Okay. It will,
Closer to this one.
It will lunge at you and try and smother you.
Okay.
They rolled a 10.
Bring it.
A 10 to hit total.
That does not hit.
Okay, so it lunges at you and you kind of dive backwards and just kind of flops onto the ground.
I'm just gonna.
Scary rug.
And then it is Ari's turn.
Yay. I want to try and finish off this guy in front of me. That is a 19
That'll hit.
for 12 damage.
That will kill it.
Um,
So again, you kind of uppercut the helmet or the chest plate or whatever, and it just flies off. Uppercut the chest
Okay,
plate.
then I want to go boom boom.
Okay. Yeah.
work on this guy.
Wonderful.
First attack is a 24.
Just the rug?
No,
the last guy.
The green
that'll hit.
scorching ray shooter. For okay. I'm not within 5 feet of any ally, am I?
No.
Okay, so that was just for 7 damage.
Okay. 7
I'm
damage.
gonna spend a key point
Is...
and 2 unarmed strikes. First one is a 17.
17 will miss.
Second one is a natural 20.
Nice. What was the damage on the first attack? 7?
7.
Okay.
Okay, so I crit.
Crit!
And I'm gonna roll 6. Oh, good enough. 15 damage.
15 damage. Okay. You deliver a ringing blow, then it blocks another attack with the shield that it has, and then you just kind of like knock the shield out of the way and deliver one like a palm strike to the chest and kind of cave it in a little bit, and it stumbles backwards. Then is this guy who is going to just continue attacking Thornock. That seems like a good plan. That's a 7 to hit and 20 to hit. So one attack will hit for a total of 3 bludgeoning damage. So 1 bludgeoning damage.
That was a hard hit, guys.
It was. And then it is this guy's turn, and he's going to turn, face the monk, and here comes his 2 attacks. He crit on the first one, which will be nope. 14 slashing damage. Nope, sorry. 10 slashing damage. And then his other attack is going to be a 21 to hit.
Hits.
And that is 8 slashing damage.
Everybody else takes 1. I take 8.
Get some resistances. And then the ring of smothering. Sorry, the rug of smothering. No, I had some ring of smotherings. You guys actually faced the rings of smothering a little bit ago. Yeah, they were
It came off of the squirrel.
Came off of the squirrel. You should be familiar when Brom tries to get smothered again.
No!
That's going to be an 18.
Yeah,
Okay, so you are now grappled by the creature. So it is in your space.
Dang rug.
Or actually, we'll just keep it here.
That hair
It's just
really low
grappling you.
voice.
And it does start hugging you, probably a little too tightly. Then top of the round with Lunira.
Okay. Let's go ahead and attack. Of course, the next one that is nearest.
So there's the rug right here,
So I can attack the rug.
if you would like to.
I want to attack.
Okay, go ahead and
Try
roll
and
your
free
first
roll.
attack.
Yep. Let's try with that first. Okay. 15 plus 6, 21.
That'll hit.
And let's go ahead. With 9 damage.
9. So it takes 4 damage, and then Brahm take 4 damage. As you smash into the rug and then hit Brahm as well.
No, that's not right.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So wait, 4.
Brum, are you okay? Should I keep? What do you? No.
Maybe. I don't know if it's too late at this point.
Could I try and
see if you can you know what I mean? Like try and
wrestle it off. Okay.
You did take the
But
attack
take
action,
your action.
so you'll have to make more attacks if you want to, or you can stop there, and you won't have another action unless you use your action surge.
What about?
I'm under the assumption if I'm in danger of being suffocated, I probably can't. Okay.
Yes, correct.
All right. So then I will try prying it off instead of.
Okay.
So I'm going to sheath my weapons.
So you're going to take your action surge, so you'll need to use that up, and then you can go ahead and roll an athletics check to try and pry it off. Actually, it'll just be a strength contest.
Question.
Okay.
Yes.
With Hellish Rebuke, it's when you take damage from another person. Can you force someone to damage you? Like, they have a sword. I put my hand on their sword. They prick me. I rebuke them.
No.
Okay.
I would say that how it works is they have to be like physically attacking you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Just curious.
17 plus 3, 20.
Well, it rolled a
Ow, I got red.
16. So you pull the rug off, and Brahm is free from its grasp.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And then it is Thornock's turn.
Where did I
I'm
need
bleeding.
you?
I'm bleeding.
He got Brahm. Okay, there are 2 close to you. You can keep attacking the same one you have been, or the rug. Up to you.
I want the guy, not the rug.
Okay. Roll your first attack.
Stupid rug.
18 plus 7, so 25.
That'll hit.
Uh, 14.
14 damage. That's enough to take it out.
Woohoo!
And then I decide to cut the rug in half.
Okay, go ahead and roll against the rug.
I'm not inside.
Ah!
That's cool magic trick. I'm gonna cut this rug in half and the gnome inside.
15 will hit.
Cut in half.
Unless you cut right above his head. You'll break the gnome at the bottom.
11.
11 damage. Okay. You slice into it, and it resists a little bit because it's made of magic. And rug. Very sturdy rug.
Rugs are naturally resistant to swords.
It's true. They don't call it rugs, paper, scissors for nothing. And then it is Akio. It is your turn.
I turn to the rug and I say, "You have abandonment issues," and I cast magic missile.
Okay. You just casting it at first level?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 3 darts. It's it auto hits and it's 1d4 plus 1. So 5 for the first dart,
Nice.
5 for the second dart, and 3 for the final. So 13 total.
You rip 3 holes in it, and it kind of wavers a little bit, but it's still standing.
What?
Yeah.
It's a sturdy rug.
It's a very sturdy.
Maybe we should befriend
They
it.
don't call it rug magic missile scissors for nothing.
We gotta find the weaver that put this thing together.
Yeah.
You also forgot great sword.
Ron knows him.
It's true.
Well, not really. I mean, do you really know your brother?
I do.
No.
It's a revelation.
It is indeed. Then Kyara. And so, Brahm, it is your turn.
Good to you, but it's evil.
I'm gonna say thank you. There was a little bit of a dicey situation there. All right, Mr. Mono Irago, let's go. And I'm going to cast.
No me, Irago.
No me Irago. And I'm gonna cast Bolt again.
Okay.
One of them's gotta hit. And
So you have disadvantage because you're right next to him.
okay. Natural 20. Plus 6.
15.
15.
Well, the 15 does hit. So.
Yes.
Okay, I can finally cast it.
The flower finally hit it.
Yep. That lights the rug on fire.
It like in my hand, and it's still deciding what type of damage it's gonna do. No, it's 2d8. I'm sorry. 2d8, and the blue one is going to do jam damage types. That's 8 and a 2, plus 6, 1. So 10, 11, and that is thunder damage.
Okay.
So it morphs into these different colors, and then I'm like,
And this wave of sound just blasts the rug against the wall, and just like all the threads get frayed, and it just falls limp to the ground in a pile of string.
did you see that? It worked! Brother, I hope you're watching. That was cool.
All right, it is your turn.
All right. Take out this last guy, but not with that attack. 15.
Nope.
16.
Nope.
Okay, spending the key point because I don't want to get hit. That's a 23
That'll hit.
for 11 damage.
Okay.
And the next one is a natural 20
Nice. That's 2 20s tonight.
for 11 damage.
Okay. It is still standing.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Put like 50 points of damage on this thing.
This thing seems a little sturdier.
Yeah, these guys got tougher as they went.
He's making up for the.
This one was always tougher, thank you very much. I didn't cheat on this one. And then it is its turn, and it's going to cast, or not cast, it's going to just lightning sword you.
Oh.
Not lightning sword, long sword.
Okay.
Whoa, I was like, that's pretty sweet.
Sword.
And that's a 2 and a 1. So it, yep.
I just catch it
Yeah,
on the 1.
So the players underestimate.
All right, and then it is Lunira.
Alright.
Oh,
Goodbye, rug.
yep.
Hello, new target.
Which you can move just here if you just want to hit him on the edge, or you can like move around. If you want.
I'll hit him on the edge.
Okay. Hit him on the edge.
Hit him on the edge. Not gonna hit. Because the 7 plus the 6 is the 13.
He's 13.
A 12 plus the 6 is the 18.
That will miss. Yeah.
19 AC.
Gasp. Or better.
18 plus the 6 is to 24.
That will hit.
Oh,
So your third attack, once again, that's been like
I know.
you tonight.
that
It's just the third attack.
with only 4 damage.
4 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. And it seems to resist your non-magical weapon as well.
Well, guys, I'm out. You're on your own.
Thornock, it is your turn.
I attack the closest thing.
So you move around to the other side of it. Go ahead and roll a great sword attack.
25.
That will hit.
Uh, 13.
Sorry, 14 did you say? 13. It does resist your greatsword as well, so go ahead and make your next attack.
Uh, 18.
That will miss.
What?
Yep.
That's exactly what Lunera said. She rolled 18.
Akio, it is your turn.
I'm gonna cast magic missile.
Okay.
Just at the first level.
Create this damage on a sliding scale.
And auto hit. And 1d4 plus 1. All 3 darts at it, obviously. 3, 5, 8, 22.
Okay. So the first bolt knocks the shield out of its hand.
12.
The second bolt comes down and knocks the sword out of its hand, and then the third bolt goes right through the glowing orb and just dissipates it, and the armor collapses.
Perfect. I thought we were gonna have to pull Power Rangers and all attack at the same time.
That's like when somebody gives you a jar of pickles
Mm-hmm.
and you're working on it and you're working on it and you're working on it
And then the level
you
one
give it to the
spell
guy
works.
and it's like pop and you're just like
And the guy casts magic missile
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
jar of pickles and breaks it open.
Like I loosened it. I loosened it.
I helped. I
'Cause I
helped.
loosened it.
I say, thanks for softening them up for me.
So the boar starts shakily rising to its feet, and as it kind of shakes itself off, the crystal fades and kind of flecks off and then just dissipates as it's flecking off, and you see underneath there's a normal like skin, or the normal fur for the boar. It's a little it's a albino kind of white, but it's normal fur. And she goes, "I'm very grateful that you saved my life."
It's quite the defensive measure you had.
Yes, I was blessed by the gods. Well, by the Summer King, at least.
Summer King.
Yes.
Tell us more. Who's the Summer King?
Have you never heard of the 4 Lords of the Feywild?
Should have.
Though I am elvish and a wood elf at that, I grew up in the city and missed out on the education that my people usually receive.
And she sits down and she goes, "Well, I suppose there's no harm in telling a bit of a story while I recover. The Feywild is divided into 4 eternal seasons.
Fair.
And
Sorry.
I know. This is a good.
Barry
can wait. He's
gonna be
been
so-
chained up forever.
He's gonna be so
Another
pissed.
5 minutes isn't gonna kill him.
And each of these 4 eternal seasons is ruled over by one of the Lords of the Feywild. The Summer King, the Winter or Spring Queen, and the Harvest King. I believe is what the 4th one is called. Although I don't think it's the Spring Queen. That sounds like a prom thing. This is Corey talking, not Yumi.
Sure.
She knows exactly and gives the correct
They're
name.
based on the seasons.
Yes. And the Summer King was kind enough to bless me for protecting some of his woodland creatures during an attack from I believe it's called the Feydark, is just what they call it. It's basically the inverse of the Feywild.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he blessed me with the hardened scales, as it were.
Are all of the Emerald Enclave, do you serve the Summer King?
We each received our individual abilities in different ways. I'm not sure exactly how the others received theirs, but we tend to serve the Lords of the Forest or just the creatures in the forests, trying to protect mankind from evil, or not mankind, but any kind.
We are in league then. Let's search the room quickly and then see if we can go free Adalis.
Watch out for the rogues.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody gets a total of 1,970 experience, so 1,970 experience each, and that's for freeing the boar and for defeating the armor.
1900.
So close. Once we free the bear, I should be able.
Well, hold off on leveling up quite yet.
I dinged by like 100.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
I'm about 900 and something away. Okay. I'm real close.
I'm only like 700.
Wow, you are way far ahead of everybody.
It's all the traps and stuff and the stealth.
And I
A
have
few hundred up, I guess.
Well,
Everybody
if
else
Thornock
gets
is 700 away, I think he was the second highest.
He might have missed some though, like on nights that we played in the past. Or
That's
something.
true. Yeah, he might not have been here for that. So let's see.
Kind of screwed
So
up.
now that you get a chance to look around the room and it's not covered with beams of scorching rays,
Because I put
you
extra
see
level
the
on
stout
it.
beams overhead are stained black
And
with
then when I went
smoke,
back, it killed all the extra.
and a comfortable table and chairs, a small wardrobe, and a suit of dull black armor, which you guys destroyed, are in the room. And then you see a large tapestry that shows 3 hounds dragging down a white boar, and it shimmers with strange light.
What?
Let's investigate the
Yeah.
tapestry.
Can I do some arcane
Sure.
investigation?
I'd like to try and do a history.
History?
See if I recognize the artifact is 5 plus.
I ask
Nine.
Uni if she knows anything about the tapestry being a boar, a white boar.
And she looks at it and she goes, "No, I've never seen that before in my life, although I do see a resemblance."
I only got 16.
16. Yeah, so you can figure this out, but you do it in the weirdest way. So you're kind of wandering along and you're trying to like determine exactly why this thing shimmers. And you kind of take a candlestick and you go, let me see something, and you huck it at the tapestry. And it flies through the tapestry and disappears.
Guys,
With
it's
kind of this
portal.
shimmer of magic.
or
Does it show up in the picture anywhere?
No.
It's not a trap. It's not like a.
I walk up and I
Maybe
reach my hand through.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty good.
Akio reaches his hand through, and I need you to roll me a strength check, actually, or a strength saving throw.
This is actually a destruction orb, and anything that touches you.
16.
16. So Akio feels like the tug, but he's able to kind of quickly pull back before it pulls him through.
There's something.
Send your cat in there.
No.
Did something grab you, or was it more of a force?
You
Was
feel
more
cat
of a-
dead.
It was more of a
Okay, then we can
something
go-
was pulling me through. Some sort of
It's a tapestry of holding.
possible. I don't know.
Should we try to like enter and tie a rope around our
Okay.
somebody's
but
waist?
Let's do Brom since he's
Before
the
we
lightest
do-
and the easiest to pull back.
Before we do,
Fair enough.
let's go for your dollars. Come
Yeah, let's
back.
go
Oh, I want to send Brom through. We're already here. I take out my rope and just start tying it around Brom. Hold still. I do the best knot that I know how to do.
That sounds like a good time.
I spent some time on boats. I know some knots.
I'd like to double check those.
And I
Yeah.
kick him through before he can double check him.
So, Bram, you go through the portal.
I'm holding the rope, by the way. I didn't let go of the rope.
As soon as like half of the rope goes in, you feel the tug, and you hold on to it, and you probably get everybody's help holding on to it, and then it just falls limp.
The cake is alive!
We kill Brom.
Brum, you everything kind of goes black for a moment, and
Dead.
you end up in the upside down. No, you kind of tumble through nothingness for a moment, and then you land on soft ground, and you kind of open up your eyes and you look around, and you are in the middle of a forest, and there is a deer nearby that kind of looks at you and then just skitters away as it realizes that you're not a woodland creature.
When I turn around and I'm looking around, do I see any shimmer still?
No, there's no shimmer.
No shimmer. Okay, I'm gonna walk back the way I came. Does anything happen?
Nope.
I start pulling the rope.
The rest of the rope that was on this side of the portal comes up to you just fine.
Okay.
So cut your rope in half.
You're gonna come through. It's gonna be like 100 years later. I'm gonna have a big beard and I'm gonna have a vendetta.
There we go. I'm so sorry. What do we do?
I'm gonna start trying to.
Okay.
climb stairs.
I feel responsible. Maybe you guys should go free the bear. I give you the things. I'll go. Make sure he's okay.
We need to.
I'm gonna climb the nearest tree so I can see any landmarks.
Okay. So you climb up and go to roll me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
Yep.
Something I'm actually proficient in, except for a 3. Okay, acrobatics is +6, so that's a 9.
So you hit a double strike candy branch, and yeah, the branch breaks and you fall to the ground.
Wait. My ring. Would that
Wait,
be able
can-
to tell where he
can-
is?
If he had the ring, yes.
Oh.
Can I do?
Oh, that's right. It
Can I
tells where
use
the
my
ring
inspiration to try and use advantage on that?
Yeah, sure.
You can do it. Man. You can do it.
So 6 + 6 is 12.
You catch yourself on another branch and do kind of this cool like twirl, and then land on top of the branch and climb your way the rest of the way up the tree.
Okay.
You kind of look around and you scan the area, and now that you're above Mirkwood, everything's a little bit brighter.
Some butterflies.
Yep, exactly. And you kind of scan and you look over, and to the east is kind of the very top of the hunting lodge. About, you'd say about 5 miles away.
So it's like a little escape.
Okay. Cool. I don't see hexes anywhere, do I?
No.
That's a Ferngully.
Yeah, no.
Anyway,
Luckily, no. There's no red X's on these trees at all.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna climb back down and I'm going to perch myself against the tree for a little bit and look around.
Okay.
I
I just
I
see.
feel really bad about it, so I send my cat through. Go for it.
Your cat's gone right now. You can call
Oh,
him.
that's right. He went with.
Yeah, he went on patrol. You can call him if you want.
That's okay.
What's the range of? Sorry.
Message.
What's the
Message
range?
waits for him.
What's the range of like how far out can you communicate with your familiar?
That's a good question.
If you like ward into it, or is there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can. I think it's. I want to say
Probably
200
not 5
feet.
Yeah,
I
probably not
think.
5 miles.
Find familiar, right?
Just close enough, I'd say.
Yeah. Where is my friend familiar?
So your familiar, while your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it telepathically, and you can see through its eyes. Let's see here.
So I would lose sight pretty quick. So maybe that's not the best idea.
As an action, you can. By the way, here's some extra things. As an action, you can temporarily dismiss your familiar. It goes into a pocket dimension. Basically, that goes back into its Pokeball. Alternatively, you can dismiss it forever. As an action, while it's temporarily dismissed, you can cause it to reappear in any unoccupied space within 30 feet of you.
Does he have to do a?
Finally, when you cast a spell, your familiar must be within 100 feet of you, and it must use its reaction to deliver the spell. Okay, when you're done casting.
Yeah, I can cast a spell through.
But yeah, so it's got an infinite range, but
Not
you
for
can't.
warging.
Yeah, you can't warg unless it's within.
Okay, I set down my 2 objects for the bear.
Okay.
I say good luck, and then I back dive through the portrait.
Fucking wizard. I say okay. I say let's go free Adonis. Maybe he can tell us. Maybe he can tell us something about what's happened. Unless, Umi, have you seen anybody else come in through
No.
here or use that?
I'm afraid not. I haven't seen anybody use that for anything other than looking.
Well, they're okay. Let's go free Adonis, and then maybe we might have to follow them through that portal. I don't want to abandon them.
Okay. So Akio, you go stumbling through darkness, and you land on the ground, and you look up, and you don't see Brahm anywhere.
Do I see him?
No, you don't see him anywhere.
What do I see around me?
Around you, there is forest.
I climb a tree.
Go ahead and roll me an acrobatics check.
Hopefully you climb the same tree.
19.
To a different place.
19? Yeah, you're fine. You climb up the tree, and you too see the lodge about 5 miles away. I said it was about east for you, didn't I? It's west for you. 5 miles west for you.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, there's
I'm gonna start walking towards the direction of the lodge.
Okay.
I'll
gonna be a long
I'll
walk.
climb down and start heading towards the lodge.
Alright, sounds good. So as they're heading there, the rest of you head out to the kennel, I'm assuming.
Okay, yeah.
Yumi has kind of wandered off, as the others have as well. And you open up the door to the kennel, and there's a ferocious growl that happens. And then Adalis sees that it's the two of you and Thornock. I forgot Thornock is here because he's not here physically. It's hard to remember. The three of you walk in, and he goes, "Did you find the others?"
Yes, we've freed Share. Sorry, now I should have written down how to pronounce it.
Share.
And Umi, and we believe we found the keys for you as well.
I meant the keys. I figured. So wait, did you free the others before, and you had the keys?
We were searching for the keys, and we came upon the others.
All right. He kind of eyes you a little suspiciously.
I tried to get them to, come get you first.
And then he just kind of huffs and says, "It doesn't matter. Free me, please."
So we figured you, of all of the Emerald Enclave, had the greatest endurance and strength to withstand this trap that you've been in.
Flattery will only get you so far, but it will get you far.
He's only hanging by a claw, right?
So we put
He's like got one paw up.
put the pyramid one. And
So the gold pyramid, which is just solid gold, and you're just like,
it's so much money.
yep. And it dissolves that stone and the pyramid as well, and that wrist falls.
Okay.
So it's just the one around his neck
and
now.
the sphere.
It was the
cube.
cube. Yep, the orichalcum cube.
Do the cube.
And you push that in, and again it dissolves, and he kind of shakes, and then he just breaks the chain around and breaks, and then he just shakes off his red fur to kind of get that kind of freedom feeling.
Yeah.
Everybody gains 1,500 experience points again, including the people who are 5 miles away. Yes. You suddenly feel bold. That should be the level for each of you.
Yep. As I'm walking, I want to have my staff of healing.
Experience.
1,500.
I want to take out my the staff of healing.
Thanks.
I want to try and talk to it and say, all right, can you guys hear me through this? If you can hear me, I could really use a lift. I've got awful long short legs. Barnagasts, please, do me a favor. Find me a really cool wyvern. Don't bother confide me. I'm just going to have a conversation with it.
Yeah, as you're walking along, there's some soft padding behind you, and you turn around and you see Tugulian standing there. Or Tugulian.
Okay. I'm going to look at the staff and thank you. Put it away.
You're welcome.
Could you hear me through that?
No, but I could hear you through the forest. You weren't exactly being subtle.
Fair enough. Can I have a lift?
Sure.
This will take me a very long time.
Of course.
I'm afraid I need to go back the way you've come to the lodge. I believe it's this direction.
Yes.
Am I in the right force?
Mm-hmm. And he kind of leans his head down. And he goes, "It's a great honor to be riding on my back, by the way."
Deepest bow. It is. It is the greatest honor. I scrape so low my nose is touching the ground.
You got some dirt on.
Yeah.
And then and so you climb up onto his back, grab the tuft of fur and everything. And
could you please stoop? I'm really sorry. I can't reach. Can you go over by this log or maybe stoop a little bit?
He does the Brago, where he kind of lies on his side and lets you grab on him and pulls you up.
Thank you very much. Very, very much.
Brago's the best.
Brago is the
If there's
best.
anything I can do for you, please let me know.
Aragorn's well, it was the king's son's horse, and then Aragorn sets him free, and then he comes and saves him in the.
Must have been a movie-only thing.
Yeah.
The horse is mentioned.
Yeah.
In Lord of the Rings. As
Probably
well,
not as
not in
prominently.
that capacity.
Yep. And then he starts padding off in the woods, and he starts talking about how he once spent a summer here, and it's quite nice, and everyone really loves him and everything. He seems to think very highly of himself. Yes.
Your mane is very golden, and I'm just going to stroke his ego the whole way there.
Okay. It works. Yeah, he enjoys it. As you're walking along, your familiar comes up, and soon the stalking panther of Share also comes into focus.
Hey.
And she goes, "Are you lost?"
Yeah, I jumped through a painting portal.
What's a wizard like you doing in the place?
I will lead you on the safest path that I can.
Can I ride?
She kind of like just gives you this incredulous look.
I've never ridden on a panther.
Battle cat.
She's not big enough to ride, by the way. She's a normal panther size.
Okay,
and
I take that back. I thought she was giant, like all the other ones are.
She just starts padding away.
I'm sorry. My perception is off. I've had a lot to drink.
It's fine. Just follow me.
I mean, one moment you're really large, the next moment you're very teeny. It's going like this. I'm gonna follow.
I think you're looking between me and your familiar.
Yeah, somewhere like that.
And what was your cat's name? Felix, right?
Felix.
Yeah, Felix jumps up onto your shoulder and purrs and kind of curls up around your neck because he doesn't have to walk anymore.
All right.
Smart cat. Smart cat.
I just want to follow you then, I guess.
Yeah. So she leads you through the forest. So you guys are kind of standing there talking with Adalis, and then Yumi reappears, and they kind of converse a little bit in a language that you don't quite understand. It's close to Elvish, but unless you can speak Sylvan. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Sylvan is it's kind of the language of the Fae, I believe.
That sounds right.
I have Fey ancestry, which gives me advantage on saving throws.
Which is, I mean, Elven is very. It's close to Sylvan. It's kind of like a more relaxed, low.
Where are the languages?
Should be.
Description.
Character details.
I can speak Common and Elvish.
I speak Gnome.
Common,
It
Undercommon, Elvish,
The
Common.
language of love.
No Sylvan.
Yep.
I'll have that next time.
Rock gnomes, they're known for their rings. No.
And then the there's a soft rustle off to the side of the woods, and you guys see Akio kind of bursting through, and Share
Dude,
close
what
behind him.
happened? Where did you go?
I woke up in the forest and I climbed a tree and I could see the top of the lodge. And it was about 5 miles away. I think it might have been
Some sort of escape.
yeah, it was an
Emergency escape tunnel or something.
yeah, exactly. Escape portal. I haven't seen Brahm now. I searched sort of.
Don't worry, I have him. This is another voice from the other side of the woods as Tugillion trots out with Brahm on his back.
And I'm gonna be looking like
Brahm,
proud as any person.
my friend.
Yeah.
I got to give her. Thank you very much.
And he stops by the well so that you can jump down onto the edge of the well.
But I was just going to ask. Thank you. You're very considerate.
I walk up and pat him on the back. I'm sorry.
Roll me a dex save because you're
I
on
was
the edge
gonna
of the
say
well.
that's a 2.
Roll me a dex save to try and catch him.
Oh, natural one.
All right, so Brahm, good to see you.
I shake my head.
I only have half a rope.
I shake my head in embarrassment that my friends are like embarrassing me
How
in front
deep
of
is
my
it?
deity.
Yeah,
How deep is it?
it's
Not
it's
to
50
mention
feet.
writing on
I'm
their
thunder
backs.
stepping out of there before I hit the water.
Okay.
Back upstairs, so it's gonna. I don't know. I hope that doesn't go straight through there. I'm gonna thunder step.
Yeah, so you kind of just like face palm. Like, I can't believe this is.
Didn't count.
Okay, and the four of the five beasts kind of converse with each other a little bit in Sylvan, and then Tugulian steps forward and he goes, "You guys did very well. We are definitely in your debt, and hopefully Parnagast has accomplished his mission, and we can pay that debt to you immediately. But should you ever need us, we will offer the services of the Emerald Enclave to you in the future."
Thank you. Where might be we? I'm still a little awestruck.
Yes.
Where might we be able to find you? The need.
In the
to
forests.
arise?
You can call and one of us might answer.
I've got a trick. And I kind of nod to the hole.
Gillian shakes his head a little bit like, no, that's not, but okay, sure.
I'm pretty sure it works. It says it didn't.
And then there's a fluttering of wings, and Parnagast lands on the top of the roof of the kennel, and he goes, "Hi, I was able to find your transportation. Are you ready to go to Skyreach Castle?"
We have a lot of stuff to step, so.
We may need a rest. We're pretty beat up, and there are a lot of empty beds here. What would you advise?
Well, the longer you wait, the farther the castle gets to the north. But I suppose that you guys have earned a rest.
I say we take a break. Do the wyverns know the way, or do you know the way? Could you guide us? Oh, sorry. I assumed when you said that you were going to get transportation.
Oh no, I wouldn't trust transportation to wyverns. Ridiculous. No, I. And she and he kind of turns around and he crows a little bit, and these 5 gorgeous golden eagles fly over, and they are gigantic, and they land and kind of start pecking at their fur and everything. And he goes, "I found you rocks."
I got a rock.
Brahm is going to give the most deep bow.
Yes,
Parnagast, you are always, as always,
well.
you are most generous than we deserve. Thank you.
Well, I will let them know to kind of hang around. I believe there's a roost on top that some Praetons used to rest in, but they can take it for themselves, and in the morning you can head off.
I hide my cat with the thing. I put it in its Pokeball.
Okay.
I don't want to be
You dismiss it. And he kind of speaks to the rocks again, his little chirping speech, and they flutter up on top of the lodge roof, where you see that there is actually this giant nest, and they kind of just all start kind of circling around each other and, trying to get their pecking order taken care of. And he goes, "And the 5 of us will guard the lodge for you and make sure that nothing disturbs your sleep, so you can get out of here as quickly as possible."
Thank you.
Very gracious.
All right. Well, let's find a bed.
And
I dibs that one chick's bed, the big one.
Okay, I want the unslept in one.
Yeah, there's plenty. There's plenty of big beds. Well, actually, there's 3 big beds, so 2 of you are going to have to take smaller ones. So decide.
I'm pretty
small.
I'll take a small one.
I'm only 5'3".
So you guys figure out your pecking order as well. And as you're walking inside, you hear the beasts conversing with one another in Sylvan, and then Parnagast flies off in a specific direction. Sharae kind of molds into the underbrush and disappears.
I look at her and say, I have got to learn that trick.
Maybe one day I'll teach you, she says, from a completely different area over here. And then Adalis and Yumi kind of start doing this short patrol around the immediate building, each taking a side. And Tegillian just kind of rests.
He doesn't look at himself in the well. You are handsome.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, he does.
Hey,
I look at him and say,
By the way, I wanted to say thank you for your patronage. Waves a hoof, I guess. The stone that you wear, it honors me.
I say, I have a hard time finding words, but I say, all my life I felt a lack of connection to my own heritage until that day in the forest, when I first saw you. It's been my honor to have served.
Well, if you ever feel like you wish to strengthen in that kinship, the Emerald Enclave would be happy to have you.
What must I do to join?
I'll speak with a few contacts, and we'll see who we can have come to you and see if you are worthy.
I would do anything to prove my worth.
Wonderful. Now, if you'll excuse me, and he goes back to looking in the well. And as you guys all nestle in your beds, the fires are roaring. You're reading the various books that the lodge has to offer. Most of it's rhetoric. There's a pamphlet that says, have you heard about, let's see, random god here. Gond. We'll just say Gond. Have you heard about Gond? And it's like the good news about Gond, and it's got like a gear and everything.
There's cookies.
Yeah. And you all fall asleep, and that's where we're going to end the night tonight, as dusk settles on the True Shot Lodge, I believe. No, it's not called the True Shot Lodge. That's Warcraft.
Yeah.
What is it even called? Does it even
Hunter's
have?
Lodge.
I think it is just like the
I think it was
Hunter's
just
Lodge.
Hunter's Lodge.
You can call
Do
it
we
the true
complete
shot.
the long rest?
Yes, you will complete a long rest, no problem. The beasts will take care of anything that tries to harm you.
I'm going to roll for the staff of healing, just so you know.
Okay. And then
26 plus
4.
yep, and then everybody should be level 7 at this point. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Well done, everybody.
You know, that bed of Tellerus sounds so nice.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go home and get in bed.
Anything until level 8?
You don't get a new spell slot or anything?
I'm sure I get something.
Just do
Let's see.
Just do a side class into Warlock. Then you get 2 new cantrips and 4 new spells.
I'm trying to decide if I should go.
But they're level 1.
7th
2
level.
level 6 monk.
You get your first 4th level spell, sir.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yep,
That's awesome.
that is amazing.
Can you do polymorph? That was my favorite 4th level spell back in the day.
Let's
I
see
could turn
what,
into like a hydra.
Hail Hydra!
I think that one's
So
called
do I
Shape
get to
Change.
actually add a 4th level spell as well?
I believe
I'm pretty sure I
so.
did too,
I think you get like an extra spell
Yeah.
automatically, and it can be a 4th level.
Right.
Yeah, so let's see. Wizard 4th level spells are Arcane Eye, Banishment, Blight, Confusion, Conjure Minor Elementals, Control Water, Dimension Door, which you can actually learn from your spell book later on, because you have those spell books. So make sure to check those again if you want to start researching one. And in fact, you can research one tonight. You can do, because you need like so many days equal to the spell level to research.
Right.
You'll have enough time to do that tonight. So make sure you write that down. Evard's Black Tentacles, Fabricate, Fire Shield, Greater Invisibility, Hallucinatory Terrain, Ice Storm, Leomund's Secret Chest, which is actually really cool. Doesn't that like
I haven't heard of it before, but it's
It's,
not in my list, so that must be cool.
locate creature, Mordenkainen's faithful hound, Mordenkainen's private sanctum, which is making
With the rope.
a door. I think is that the rope one?
I don't know.
That sounds
No,
familiar.
the rope one is a rope trick. I think.
Rope trick.
You
Yeah.
climb up a 60-foot rope, and then on the top you have a little like invisible.
Interdimensional space. Yeah.
Banishment's pretty cool. I can attempt to send one creature to a different plane of existence.
Banish.
Aliuk's resilient sphere, phantasmal killer, polymorph, stone shape, stone skin, and wall of fire.
Greater invisibility is cool because it
Phantasmal
only
killer?
lasts.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
It only lasts 1 minute, but you can cast spells while you're in it. And
You tap into the nightmares of a creature you can see within range and create illusory manifestation. Steel sphere. Pretty creepy.
You're like, what was that thing in Harry Potter that was in the closet?
Oh, the
Boggart.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barter.
So Leomun's secret chest, first of all, it requires an exquisite chest, 3 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet, constructed from rare materials worth at least 5,000 gold pieces, and a tiny replica made from the same materials worth at least 50 gold pieces. And basically, you hide the chest and all of its contents on the ethereal plane, and then basically you can summon that chest at any time from the tiny replica. Yeah.
Weird. That's cool.
So it's if you ever want to store like an artifact or something.
I've got a wall of fire. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Ice storm.
That's pretty nice.
I've got ice storm in my wand actually.
Oh, that's good.
So I don't need to do it. I think I'll do polymorph. That's pretty cool.
And then let's see what else.
Turn into something else, right? Is that how it
Yeah.
works?
You
Or
can
someone else.
the spell transforms a creature that you can see within range into a new form. An
That is one you
unwilling
have-
creature must make a wisdom saving throw to avoid the effect.
It's one you have to be familiar with, isn't it?
It doesn't say that. It just says a creature I can see. The transformation lasts for the duration or until the target drops to 0 hit point or dies.
Technically, you could transform into a T-Rex and eat stuff
Yeah.
if you keep concentration.
The new form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target's target level.
Braum gets a new 4th level spell as well. That's
Target's
awesome.
game statistics, including int ability scores, are replaced by the statistics of chosen beast. It retains its alignment and personality. No reverse its normal form. Blah, 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 blah. So I could like turn it into a mouse and I could just step on it.
Or you could turn yourself into like,
Something that
you know, something cool.
A Triceratops.
Yeah, exactly. Probably not a dragon because it has to be challenged like your same level, but you know, level 7 or whatever.
I could be that 4-arm.
Thornok gets advantages on initiative rolls now. He's got feral instinct, so yeah, and then he can't be surprised,
Nice.
but only if you
It's
enter.
gonna be terrible if you're ever trying to throw a
anything
surprise
else.
party from surprise. He's like, guys.
I knew it was coming all along. And
Dang
then
it.
what is renewing? I always like talking about what people get. You get a feature from your champion thing, which is remarkable athlete. Starting at 7th level, you add half of your proficiency bonus to any strength, dexterity, or constitution check you make that doesn't already use your proficiency bonus, which is alright. And then in addition, when you make a running long jump, the distance you can cover increases by a number of feet equal to your strength modifier. So you can jump farther. Basically, you're better at being an athlete. There you go.
See, my thief level 2 is lame.
Is that? Are you doing rogue level 2?
Is lame, but rogue level 3 is so good. It's like I have to just like do it so that I can
That's what I
like,
meant.
get to level 3.
That's what I meant. All that level gives is for me.
Are you kidding me? You get cunning action.
But I already have disengage.
Yeah. Disengage is an action normally, right? You use,
Well, I can spend a key point and use it as a bonus action.
oh, okay. Well, now you can just do it for free.
No, because it still costs a bonus action, doesn't it?
There's a bonus action, but not a key point.
Let's see. Starting at 2nd level, you're quick thinking. You could take a bonus action on each of your turns.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So if I wanted to disengage,
yeah, but now you don't
I
have
couldn't
to
use unarmed strike.
Yeah.
So it's like I have to choose between damage or disengaging, which admittedly it's nice, and there will be times where it'll be
didn't you
helpful.
just say that the key point counted as a bonus action too, though?
Right.
Disengage?
Right.
Disengage.
If I want to spend a
So
key
same thing.
point to disengage. So basically, it's the same thing. I just don't have to spend a key point.
Exactly. So that's not
Which is
bad.
nice.
My hit points went up. That's nice.
But usually I'm using my bonus action for attacking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. Well, thanks everybody for joining us.
Reese, I know you're having some audio issues. Can you still hear us?
I can now.
Okay.
Hooray!
Well,
But
never-
see, monk level 6, shadow monk is freaking awesome because I get shadow step.
Right.
So it's like I would way rather have that, but like I need to hold out and get to rogue level 3, so I just gotta take rogue level 2 first.
Right.
It's good to have
That's a bummer.
good options.
Right.
Alrighty, well,
Cool.
we will meet again next Monday for the trip to Skyreach Castle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I'm sure will be perfectly fine and nothing will happen at all.
All the internet
Yep.
was good in my hotel.
Yeah.
You arrive there and there's a dead white dragon sitting on a mound of treasure.
Yay! There was much rejoicing.
This was the holy hand grenade of Antioch.
Pretty sure that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, is there like a do you guys get a spell that like summons a merchant
Call merchant.
so we can sell
Patsy, come.
tapestries and magic chain armor?
Here, go
Yeah,
sell this.
they give you a lot of stuff in this adventure.
Yeah.
Like they give you the option for a lot of gear. They don't give you any way to like sell it off consistently. Which I think the whole point of it is to be like, you know,
Force you to choose.
yeah, you can't take it all with you
Choose wisely.
unless you happen to find yourself a tube of holding.
Or a carpet of holding.
I love her toolbox of holding.
It is amazing.
It's perfect. Right.
And now I'm gonna make up a
I'm
bottle
gonna cut
of
the
holding,
stream.
so we can do-
You'll still be in here, but I'm just gonna cut it so I can get these webcams taken down. So.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye now.